All right, welcome back, Truth Seeker. It's Friday, August 14th, 2020. Gonna check in with the chat to make sure everyone hears me before we go forward. So, chat, I'm looking at you. Thank you for being here. If you guys can hear me, if you guys could just type in a number 1, just a 1, I'll know you hear me. Or you can write I hear you. That would also work. But while I wait for that, thanks for being here. Ralph, Rob, Clayton, Kevin, Laird, Tevin, Devin. What are the odds that we have a Tevin and a Devin? Amazing. Kai, Sean. Okay, and thank you everyone else too. I see you guys hear me. Okay, we're ready to go forward. So again, we're going to do a live stream this Sunday as well. I'm excited about Sundays now. I don't want to miss a Sunday. And I don't know if you guys heard the news in the MLB, but this Sunday, they're paying tribute to 100 years since the Negro Leagues were established in 1920. And I did not realize that it had been 100 years since the Negro Leagues were established. But now things are getting a lot more interesting. And now I'm even understanding the Kansas City riddle better than I did before. So, again, I think we're dead on here with the World Series, you guys. And I want to emphasize why it's important that this year's the 116th World Series and 100 years since the Negro Leagues were established. Because remember, we were talking about this riddle coming off the 100th NFL season where Patrick Mahomes won and what ESPN called the year of the black quarterback before the season even began. And remember how Kansas City is one of the original cities for the Negro Leagues, and now Patrick Mahomes is a part owner of the Royals. So all this stuff is related. Again, it's an ongoing script, but African American is 116 and 100 in our base ciphers. This year's the 116th World Series. Now we know 100 years since the Negro Leagues, again coming off the 100th NFL season, which was last year that Mahomes won. And again, we don't normally talk about the septenary cipher when we're decoding sports. It is a relevant cipher. But remember, African Americans also 44, and we saw that riddle the other day where the Dodgers could get upset by the Padres, and they did, and they fell to 11-6. And we saw that the Dodgers could become 4-4 at home in that game, and it was exactly 44 weeks after Mookie Betts' birthday, who's considered the best black baseball player in Major League right now. Plus, on the most pure cipher, Mookie Betts is 44, and that went right, right as we expected. I'm going to take a call real quick, and then we'll save the rest of the calls for later. But this gentleman, he's a longtime veteran. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Zach. I'm sorry to interrupt you, man. I know you're on. I'm listening. I just wanted to hit you up real quick with a White Sox reel.
Okay.
Okay. Tomorrow they are going for their. Well, they're playing away today. Tomorrow they're going for their 4th home victory on their 6th loss. So tomorrow they'll be 4-6 if they win at home. And tomorrow is Charles Albert Comiskey's birthday.
Oh, okay. Comiskey Park. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So, I've been following that riddle the last week or so, and they've been building it up so that if they hit 4-6, like you said, 4-6, the infamous 4-6 defense in Chicago.
Right.
And they got Comiskey's birthday on the same day.
Okay. I haven't looked at it yet, but is there any way it could end up being 3-7 as well?
Oh, see, exactly. You're exactly right. Exactly. I was thinking that too. But you're right. It could go that way too.
Well, We'll look at that. That's a good heads up on the birthday. We'll definitely look at that. So I appreciate that.
They're at 3-6 right now at home.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll look at that one.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, man. Okay. So anyway, I think we're right on with this World Series riddle, and we're waiting to see if 2 of our 4 teams. Because again, in case you're new here, first time listening, at the beginning of the year, I said I like these 4 teams to be in the pennant. In the AL, the Twins and the Yankees. In the NL, the Dodgers and the Braves. And again, this is all part of a big riddle that connects with George Floyd, last year's football season, the black symbolism, the native symbolism. This is why I picked these 4 teams at the start of the season. We said, let's watch and see if these 4 teams become 11-6. They're the only 4 teams in the league that became 11-6, like 1-1-6, like the year of the 116th World Series. So I think we're right about our pennant teams. Now we're trying to figure out for sure which of those are the World Series teams. I've been saying it's going to be the Dodgers in the NL pretty much no matter what. They're a game away from being 14-7. And remember, that's a number that comes up every year in a World Series riddle, 147. So that's why we're watching for 14-7, just the alphabetic order, World Series 147. So the Dodgers, and we said the Dodgers very likely to become 13-7 against the San Diego Padres, which they did because San Diego Padres won 37. But the Dodgers are a game away from being 14-7. The Yankees very well could become 14-7, and the Twins are still in that hunt as well. I'm torn on the AL. What makes more sense? Does it make more sense to have a Yankees-Dodgers World Series or a Dodgers-Twins World Series with that connection between Minneapolis and LA? And again, pay attention to basketball too, because all the sports weave together. Remember, the Lakers are originally from Minneapolis. You had that national viral news story with the person in the Lakers jacket with the justice for George Floyd. So, still trying to figure out for sure who makes more sense in the AL between the Yankees and the Twins. But, yeah, now just finding out that they're celebrating this Sunday 100 years since the Negro Leagues. I mean, I was not even aware of that part until just last night, and I'm saying, okay, we got to be dead on with this riddle now. I was already feeling it. Okay, so let me see. Our first game in basketball starts in 23 minutes. And let me see when our first game in baseball starts here. First game in baseball. All right, we got more time. So we'll do basketball first since it's starting earlier. So let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so the Nuggets and the Raptors, and I'm not sure that, let's see if we got anything going on, if there's any. The Raptors are going to be the 2 seed no matter what. The Nuggets, looks like the Nuggets are the 3 seed no matter what. So neither team has anywhere to go. So they're not playing for anything in this game. But we still might have a clear riddle for the outcome. Okay, so let me still make sure everything's coming through all right. Hold on. I'm realizing that my screen is so zoomed in that you guys cannot see. Hold on. I need to adjust this screen. I have a new system today, you guys. A part of me, so things are a little bit different. I have to adjust this screen so that you guys can see. Why is it like that? Bear with me for a moment. I think I have to shrink this down. Hold on. Apologies. I'm going to fix this so you guys can actually see what we need to see here. Glad I double checked that. All right, that's more like it. All right. All right. That's better. Okay. Okay. That means everything I was showing you guys with the Gematria calculator you probably didn't see a minute ago. But if you were listening, again, I was talking about how African American equals 116 and 100, and also the connection with 44 and the riddle with Mookie Betts. So here, I'll put it back up there so you guys can see it. So I was talking about World Series 147. I was talking about the African American riddles, baseball this year following the big African American riddle in the 100th NFL season. So we don't normally talk about the septenary cipher, but that 44 in Black history is important. That's why the Mookie Betts riddle the other day, exactly 44 weeks after his birthday, where he became 4-4 at home, was important. So I'm going to take that cipher away, but I just wanted to make that point. Okay, so Nuggets and Raptors, and I'm just thinking about their records here. You know, so the Lakers finished their season yesterday, right? And Victor thought the Lakers would finish the year on 52 wins in tribute to the Lakers' 52nd season with Kobe and Frank Vogel coming over for Indiana. So Victor had a really great thought there. And I'm going to say something real about Victor and Ron, who are the two men who I've recommended for people to follow and who I still recommend. Victor is the really good researcher, and he's good at making calls too. Ron seems to have a little bit better gambling instincts, but between the two of them, they're a killer combination. And that's what I love about both of them. They both are a little bit better in certain things, but Victor is always digging up really nice pieces of information. And, you know, for example, it was Victor months ago last NFL season where he's like, hey, Zach, today is Washington State's birthday. And I should have known that living in Washington State, November 11th. And we just saw how Pete Carroll could get that perfect record in tribute to Washington State for his all-time record and his regular season record. You might recall Pete Carroll got his 140th overall win and 130th regular season win, and Washington equals 130 and 140 in the big upset in the San Francisco game. And a lot of people took that because Seattle was a big payout to upset San Francisco. And I think that game was in San Francisco that night on Monday Night Football, but that was a Victor gem right there. So anyway, Victor had the right thought on that 52. Now, again, the Lakers could end up facing the Raptors. Okay, we got to consider that. I that was my initial thought 2 years ago when LeBron went to the Lakers and Kawhi went to the Raptors. I thought they were syncing up this perfect King James 35 Raptors riddle. But then Kawhi left the Raptors this year, and it made me think, well, they can't do that without Kawhi, but maybe they will. So again, just in case you're new here, at the beginning of the year, we locked into some riddles. And I mean early in the season, before these teams ran away with the league. We locked into some major riddles with the Lakers and Bucks. And that made me think the finals would be Lakers and Bucks. And it very well still could be. The Bucks have finished their season on 56 wins. Huge number this year. Coronavirus 56. Society of Jesus 56. It's been the number of the year. Bucks 56. So the Bucks finishing the season on 56 wins. That's a big one. And don't forget that they had 53 wins before we went into the break because COVID equals 53 and Los Angeles is 53 and Milwaukee's 53. Remember the big Super Bowl 53 riddle between the Patriots and Los Angeles? So Bucks-Lakers still a very real possibility, but this Lakers-Raptors thing, if the Raptors do finish tonight, if they don't win this game and they stay on 52... we're going to have to think about that because of what Victor unlocked about that number. And you see how the Lakers have 52 overall wins and 25 at home? Pope equals 52 and 25. And again, the Jesuits work for the Pope and all these riddles with the Jesuits this year. And the Lakers have a guy with the last name Pope on their team. So I'm going to have to really explore that. But here, let's look at this game and then we'll do a little bit more review. Just because it's starting here in about 15 minutes. See if we can get something juicy about this game. And then we'll do some review. But Nuggets and Raptors head-to-head. Let's see here. All right. It's going to be the 48th game. The Nuggets lead 29-18. The Raptors are 0-1 against the Nuggets this year. They played on March 1st. Okay, that was the 60th day of the year, 118, 133. Today is August 14th. Today is it's a leap year, so it's the 227th day of the year, which is the 49th prime. The day leaving 139 days left in the year, which is the 34th prime. Okay, 22. We got 62 date numerology. We got 42 date numerology. And we got 17 date numerology. 17, 42, 62. Oh yeah, and we have a life lesson number of 26. 62, 26, 17 are primary methods. And then 42. Okay. So, the Nuggets didn't lose. They'd stay on 26, but at the same time, the Raptors can get the 26th home win. 26. All right. If the Nuggets lost, they'd stay on those 46 wins against the Raptors. And check something here. Mookie Betts had his 6th 3 home run game. I have my eye on the chat too. With my new setup, it makes it easier to keep an eye on the chat and what you guys and what I can see the chat and what I'm looking at right now. So try to do a better job here, keeping an eye. If you guys have a really great point that you want me to see, I'm gonna try to keep an eye on the chat so I don't miss it. I'm gonna save the calls until we get through everything here. But let's see. Okay, 62, 26, 17. You see how 17 teams made the playoffs? Of course, NBA's 17. Raptors got that 107 connection. Let's see here. Nuggets. Okay. Yeah, neither team is playing for anything. And in terms of the numbers, yeah, the date numerology is there. I like to go off the gematria, though, more than the date numerology. So yeah, there's not going to be any more games. We can look at the coaches real quick. There could be something just to that because it's the last game of their regular season. Let's see here. Nuggets coach. Must be Mike Malone. Okay, Mike Malone stats. Coaching record. Okay. He is on 506 career wins. 258 career wins, 248 career losses, and let's see, 219, 181. He's on 181 career losses, 42nd prime. Let's check the Raptors coach real quick. Oh, didn't the Raptors? No. Raptors assistant. Was he just head coach for one night? I heard the Raptors did something with their head coach. Make sure Raptors assistant Griffin wins head coaching debut after being promoted for the night. For my man in Reno, you can call back at the end of the show. If I just keep taking your calls and nobody else's, they're going to get annoyed. So, again, no more calls until the end of the show. I'm just reading what they're saying here. Oh, okay, I see. So he was just like, tip of the hat, you can try it out tonight. Notice they did the 46-year-old coach, right? Raptors 46, that big number with the Raptors. If LeBron did play the Raptors this year, that would be a really good sign that he would win the finals and become 4-6. Again, that's the infamous verse in the King Saul Bible. Huh. All right, so they get the 46-year-old coach in there, and he gives them the... Yeah, the Nuggets, man. Do they stay on 46 against the Raptors? Okay, here's what I'll do. We got 10 minutes till game time. We'll take 10 minutes of calls up to game time about this game if you have a thought. I'll open up the phone line just to talk about the Nuggets-Raptors game if you have a really good thought about it. Then we'll go back and review, and then we'll get to the rest of today's games, which we have plenty of time until they start. So I'm going to take calls just on the Nuggets-Raptors game right now for 10 minutes up until game time, and then we'll move on. What's up, man?
Zach,
Yeah.
Zach, look at the Toronto Raptors regular season all-time record.
Oh, you mean they're just as a franchise?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pulling it up here. What do you have something to say about it while I'm pulling it up?
Yeah, it's 1037. They're playing the Nuggets. you know that's a done deal right there.
Oh, you're saying they're on 1,037 career losses, kind of like the 137, the 33rd prime, and maybe stay on those against the Nuggets?
No. They pick up that 38.
Oh, you're saying 1,000. Oh, I see. You're saying maybe they do. I don't like to do that as much though, because I don't know if 38 is exactly the same as 1,038. But I hear what you're saying.
Okay. Well, there's more. I did this game already. It's one of my favorite games on the day. Actually, it flipped. Last night, Toronto was -2.5. And the Nuggets were getting points, and then they flipped it this morning, and everybody's out. But all the players are out for the Raptors. So the Nuggets, when you look at the Nuggets here on their standings.
Check this out. So I have two thoughts about what you're saying, though. The types of things are going off. It is the Raptors' 25th season. If they didn't win, they'd stay on 25 home wins. But what just triggered that thought is I noticed it was the Nuggets' 53rd season. So I'm like, if they won, they'd get their 53rd win. That's a big COVID number. But
look at the gematria of the Nuggets too. I mean, I'm sorry, the standings. I'm pulling up the standings. I'm having a little issue with the. Here it is. Okay, the Nuggets, and they're going for their 47.
Right.
All right. Now look at this. They're at home.
The Nuggets are away, right? The Raptors are at home.
Okay, they're at home. They're away. They're going to get their 21st. Their 21st, and then look at the Raptors. Raptors will get their 11th home loss, 21-11. How they coincide.
Wait, help me out with that thought. How do they coincide 21 and 11?
Well, this is the 21-11. It's like a master. I don't know. It seems like they've been going together when 21's the number, 11's always prevalent in the mix.
Okay, so that's an observation you made. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that. I don't want to take you off your thought. It's just what makes me nervous about it is how much that 46 keeps showing up with the Raptors. I mean, it's been a 46 show everywhere, so if the Nuggets lost, they'd stay on those 46 against the Raptors.
But all the Raptors are out. They're not playing today.
But are the Nuggets playing today?
Yeah, they're playing. I believe they are.
Okay, well, neither team has anything to play for. They're locked into their seeding spot.
Well, I think the Nuggets, they're playing for a better...
I don't think so. I think they're the 3 seed no matter what.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're filling it in, I mean...
38. The Nuggets can drop at 38.
It's 1,038. I mean, if it happens, okay. If that happens, I'm going to start paying more mind to that. But normally, if there's people out there who think like that, like, well, 1,038 is a lot like 38.
Okay, look at the head-to-head.
Okay.
If the Nuggets win, they got 30.
Right.
And then the Toronto Raptors have 18, 183. There's another 83 right there.
Well, now we're, but that's getting a little bit too creative in my opinion. But okay, I'm watching.
Okay. It's just like I've been watching you. You've been telling me about this.
Well, I never do 38 like that though, right? I'm just like, okay, if somebody's going for the 38th win, the 38th loss, they can become 3-8. That type of thing. That's my thing right there. So.
Okay. All right, but then on top of the 38s on both sides, and then you have no players for the Raptors playing at all.
Right. But that's the way they also bait gamblers, right? So.
Yesterday, the same thing with the Boston Celtics playing the Wizards happened, and all the Boston Celtics were out, and the Wizards won.
Okay. So you're writing that.
They were both going for the 927. Did you see that? Both of them were going for 927. The Celtics were going for the 927 at home, and the Wizards were going for the 927 on the road.
Now that makes some sense to me because that's the Jesuit birthday right there, 927. Yeah. All right, man. I'm cheering for you. Appreciate it. Take care. Caller?
Hey, Zach, I just had an observation on the Toronto and Denver game.
Please.
Today. Sorry, go ahead.
No, please. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Well, like you said, Denver got 46 wins at the state against Toronto.
keep I saw that too. They get that 26th on the 26th date.
And then I noticed they got 19 losses this season. Let's see.
I just got to throw something out there, an observation in the Nuggets' favor, and I'm not saying this means the Nuggets are going to win, but it is their 73rd game, and they could get their 21st away win, because that's a prime number relationship right there, 73 to the 21st prime.
I also seen that Toronto picked up the 19 head-to-head regular season game. They picked up their 19.
Kind of like the 2019 season, is that what you're thinking?
Well, I was just thinking that it kind of matches with that they have 19 losses right now.
COVID-19, they could get the 53rd win. COVID's 53. Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's kind of what I saw. And then I know they don't have players playing, but Las Vegas likes to do that all the time, try to throw the gamblers off. So I like Toronto myself.
If we do see Toronto win this game and get their 53rd overall win and their 26th, home win, those are both COVID numbers. So, yeah, I'm torn on this one. I don't think I'm going to have an opinion on this game, honestly. But so, all right, man. Yeah, all right, take care. But things to watch for is, again, we're still trying to figure out who the Lakers are going to play. And I better be right about the Lakers. But, again, the initial thought, sometimes it's really dumb to go against your initial thought, was Lakers-Bucks. But I guess my real initial thought from 2 years ago was Lakers-Raptors. But I thought that was going to be all about Kawhi and LeBron. So we did see the other night, we knew that doubleheader was going to be all about, Kawhi with the Raptors and Clippers on ESPN. We saw it was 44 weeks after Kawhi's birthday, and the Clippers is 44, so his former Raptors won and his Clippers won. If the Raptors did get their 53rd win, that would be a tribute to Los Angeles, right? Because Los Angeles is 53, and now Kawhi's out in LA, and there is a chance that they face the Lakers. All right, we're still taking calls on this game. What's up, caller?
Yeah, Denver Nuggets could make the Raptors 6-2 in the bubble. Denver Nuggets equals 62 on the 62-day numeral.
Now, would the Raptors have to lose for that to happen?
I'm sorry, yeah, so if the Nuggets beat them, the Raptors would become 6-2 in the bubble. They're 6-1 now.
Okay, that's right, because I remember now, they did have 46 wins at the break, so, okay, and we have a 62-day numerology, and Denver Nuggets is 62, so that...
Exactly, and the prime number relationship you just mentioned, I was going to call in on that, but here's the key, I think, with this game. The Raptors coach could get his 111th win today.
That's an NBA Finals number there, right there, the NBA Finals 111.
Yeah, but they're playing the Nets in the first round, the Raptors, so I think he's going to get his 111th win against the Nets. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, New York 111.
Yeah, doesn't that make more sense that he'll get his 111th win?
Is this Nick Nurse we're talking about?
Yes, and he'll get his 44th loss today if Denver beats him.
His next win after that would be 112. That's a Brooklyn number. So I'm just thinking about where they could be going with that. If he got 111 today, his first win against Brooklyn would be 112. But your bubble observation is really good, that they could become 6-2 on the 62-day numerology. It's just, man, that Raptors, hasn't Raptors in 46 been showing up like in almost every game? Even the last game, they put subbed the 46-year-old coach, so that's what's got me nervous about it.
Yeah, I guess it's a little tricky, but I thought the 111 was a New York riddle with them playing.
It is. Oh, it's a huge New York number. But I'm just thinking, they call them Brooklyn, so then the Brooklyn and the 112 shows up.
Is there any 44 connection with the coach? Who is it? Nick Nurse? Did I say?
I guess they just did that coach or the assistant coach tribute for the last game.
Okay, well, that's all I got. That 62 is what I'm writing. So.
Wait. Nick Nurse's. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. His next win is 111. His next loss is 44. So.
Right. So is there anything 44?
Hold on. You know what's really interesting about this? His game tonight if he's the head coach tonight, tonight's his 154th game. And that's a King James number. Just like when the Lakers came back on July 30th, that was the day leaving 154 days left in the year. So that's actually really interesting that if he coaches tonight, he coaches his 154th game, because that's another King James tribute. And Raptors is 35 like King James was 35, and LeBron's 35 this year. Man.
Toronto Raptors equals 154 too, I believe.
I think you might be right about that. Let me double check that. Toronto Raptors. It sure does. It sure does.
I still like the other thing. I don't know, I guess it's a little tricky.
Well, I'm not worried so much about.
Isn't there a different coach today?
Well, I was trying
There's an
to.
interim coach in there.
I think they just did that for the last game, though. I think today Nick Nurse is coaching today.
He's back in?
I think so.
So that's all I got.
But I'm glad we looked at this because maybe they are going to do Raptors Lakers. Maybe it's going to be. If they count this as Nick Nurse's 154th game day, if he's the head coach, you guys got to pay attention to that right there. That's a big King James number. So, all right, man. Appreciate the observations. All right. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you guys, you don't have to bet on every game. And okay, my phone is vibrating right now, but what in the world? Oh, there, I couldn't see a call, but it was vibrating. What's up, man? Yeah.
Toronto Raptors franchise record, all-time franchise regular season wins, 954.
954.
So that means you said 154 on the guys on his game today, 154th game. If the 54 could stay on 54, if they lose today, the Raptors, 954 will be prevalent again.
Okay.
Like 154, the guy's 154th game. 54.
Yeah, that's a Jesuit order number. Okay, I'm watching. The caller.
On that same thought, that 954 stays, and boom, the 1038 against Denver.
It could happen. I like what the last caller said. My favorite Nuggets narrative I've heard is that 6-2 thing. So,
The 26 is there too, 62, and then the big numerology. I mean, that's a lot of the days, huh?
well, I haven't even looked at any other games yet, so we'll see. But I'm cheering for you, man. I'm cheering for you. All right. Appreciate it, man. Okay, guys, let's do some review. If you want to watch that Nuggets Raptors game, maybe there's some real time action there. But I think it's best. My opinion is it's best to observe this game because we're going to get a big clue. And if we do see that Nick Nurse is the head coach tonight and he's got 154 games, remember this whole season is about King James. I mean, what are the odds? July 30th, when the Lakers won that game coming back in the doubleheader over the Clippers, that was the day leaving 154 days left in the year. King James. And back when LeBron was on the Cavs, he always had big King James tributes with the Raptors, also with Indiana, but the Raptors more so. And that's what it was about, because it was always about King James. Okay, so let's go back and review. Let's talk about what we talked about. So the Pacers had a great riddle to beat the Rockets, and shout out to the man who went heavy on it, because I know he won big, because they were 8.5-point dogs. And it looked, again, I was gun shy. I wasn't just beaming with confidence because we'd been cold there for a little bit. The NBA I had at least for a couple of days. The NBA was kind of kicking my ass for a couple of days. But this is how it is. I mean, Rockets numbers 44 and 28. Those are good numbers with the Rockets. So they came through big upset, 8.5-point dogs. And for the gentleman calling in from Atlanta right now, I'm going to take this call, last call, you guys, until we go through the games, and then we'll open up the phone lines back up. I'm going to be on for a while today, so you guys will get your calls in. But, okay, Atlanta, what's up?
Hey, Zach, I'm just telling you, check the mic. It's echoing.
How bad?
It sounds like this. I think you might have two sources on, man. It's just not the best sound there.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna. Okay. I'm glad I wish somebody would have told me that sooner. Okay. I'm gonna hang up. I just changed the setting. Call me back. I'm gonna look for your number specifically. Call me back in like a minute if things haven't changed. But hopefully that fixes it. But if it hasn't changed, call me back to let me know either way. So I'll be looking for your call in a minute, okay?
All right,
thanks, man. Okay. hopefully I didn't just mute myself all the way. You guys wouldn't know because you wouldn't hear anything. But I didn't realize. Again, I'm on a new system setup, so I might have had a setting tweaked wrong there. But Robert in the chat says better. So it's strange because I just turned on one mic setting and I just deleted the mic all the way to see what would happen. Alright, fixed it. Okay, so sorry about the beginning, you guys. Hopefully you guys could understand what I was saying, but that's weird. Back in the day you had to choose the mic that you wanted to use, and now I just deleted the mic, and I guess it works. Okay, so anyway, the Pacers did get that Rockets upset. Wish I would have had more confidence about it, but we had to get back on track. I did like the Raptors over the 76ers. Again, they got the 52nd win 76ers number, and they become 6-1 in the bubble in Philadelphia is 61. And I love that the Raptors won with 125 points because Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is 125. And actually, when I'm done with today's live stream, I'm going to upload the newest edition of my book. If you guys want to read the Kobe Bryant chapter, you'll get this piece about Kobe and Philly and 125. I got something in there on the Kobe death and 125. The other year, Darren Dalton of the Phillies, who wrote the book about numerology in sports called If They Only Knew. If I remember right, he died 125 days before the Eagles won the Super Bowl. But Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is 125. There's your revelation number 121, Philadelphia Revelation. And I didn't have opinions on the Heat Thunder game. Thunder stayed on those 27 losses against Miami. They could have stayed on 43 wins, Miami Heat. And the Clips and the Nuggets. Again, it was all about Kawhi. That's why I was like, ooh, what are they going to do with that Kawhi riddle? Well, his team won and his former team won, so. And the Nuggets stayed on 46 wins against the Clippers. But anyway, you might have done all right in basketball because we were favoring the Pacers in the upset and the Raptors, so that wasn't too bad. I didn't do anything for yesterday's basketball games. Victor told you guys, though, Lakers are going to stay on 52 wins. Shout out to Victor. Good work. So the Wizards, I would have liked this riddle right here for the Jesuits. Again, that's their birthday, September 27th, 9/27. So that's interesting that the Celtics had that nice Jesuit tribute there. And let me see something real quick about the Wizards. Do they have a 101 connection? No, they got the 100 connection. Okay, so I see the Jesuit thing they did, though. And then LeBron stayed on 52 wins. The Kings stayed on 41 losses against LA, but they could. I mean, that would have been. It was all about the 52. Victor was right. But the Bucks finishing the season on 56 is very symbolic. Again, that's the number of the year. Bucks 56, coronavirus 56, Society of Jesus 56. Kobe just died at the tail end of Jordan being 56. Jordan's dad died at age 56. Jordan and Pippen, 33 and 23, 56. So the Grizzlies stayed on 34 wins against the Bucks. Of course, Bucks is also 34. Giannis wears 34. We saw that game 34 weeks after Giannis's birthday where he went off. That was the July 31st game. And let's see. Well, the caller who had the thought about the Suns, I mean, I'm not mad about his thought. It was a good thought. But again, I'll be surprised if the Blazers aren't in the playoffs. I said that before they started back the bubble. I said, to me, Damian Lillard's got to be in there. He's one of the biggest narratives with Kobe's death. Again, he was the star of the Remembering Kobe game. So I don't think the caller's thought on the Suns was a bad thought. It didn't work out that way. And what I should have said to him, he was talking a lot, but something I wanted to get in there is like, well, if they're 7-0 and they lost, they'd be 7-1, and again, 71, Catholic 71, the 20th prime, the 2020 season. I'm not sure that they did lose. Did they become 7-1? But I was just thinking like, they could. I'm not sure. I like the Blazers. So anyway, Suns, I know they're eliminated now, and there's a playoff with the Blazers in Memphis. The you know what's hilarious is I didn't do this game, but you guys, it is just so weird what they are doing with Utah. What are the odds? So in 4 out of the 8 games that Utah played, a 14 came up on the board, and it never played in a single game. And 14 in Utah is like one of the most consistent patterns with this team, but it goes 0 for 4 in the bubble. And of course, they're the team that the league was blamed, or Rudy Gobert was blamed for having the coronavirus that started the suspension, which was all a load of BS. But this is so bizarre to me. Like, why? Why would one of the most consistent Utah numbers go 0 for 4? And especially when it was on the NBA TV game, where 14 always comes through with NBA TV. So, that is just something else. But do remember that if it's coming up in the playoffs, I'm not sure it plays there. The Spurs did stay on 32 wins against the Utah Jazz, but man, 14's the number with Utah. So, that's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Blazers beat the Nets and picked up their 35th win, Catholic number. They end up playing 74 games. Again, the 74th NBA season. Oregon is the 74 state. What is it about the Blazers in 50? Oh, well, you know what number plays all the time with Portland is 37. Portland in 37 is a really good one. So, hopefully you guys took the Blazers. I've been telling you Blazers, Blazers, Blazers. So I know we didn't do games yesterday, but you should have won on the Blazers based on what I've been saying. Especially if you know about Portland in 37. Okay, and then the Magic did get that 33rd win over the Pelicans. Pelicans have that 137 connection, which is the 33rd prime. Pelicans 137. I know that Pelicans 137-33 riddle didn't come through. I think it was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. But normally that's a good number with them. And plus Magic equals 33. So it makes a ton of sense for them to finish their season on 33 wins. So hopefully you guys are doing your own decode using the chart there. Those are games you should have capitalized on yesterday. Blazers and Magic. And I have to look at that Portland-Memphis playoff. Why did they put those teams together? There's something going on there with that. Okay, so we'll get to today's games. Let's review baseball real quick. I'm more into baseball right now because we got this great opportunity at a future, and I think we've done it for the pennants. I'm feeling real good about that. Okay. This game started on a Sunday. The Orioles were playing well on a Sunday again. What's it mean when it resumes to a Friday? But we'll let that one go. When's that game going to start? 2:05 Pacific. Okay. Wait, we got to review first. Hold on. Getting ahead of myself. Okay, so going back to this game, remember, 83 in Michigan. If you're keeping a journal somewhere, 83 riddles in Michigan are so good because Detroit's on the 83rd meridian. Detroit, Michigan equals 83. Detroit Tigers equals 83. So the White Sox did get to 8-3 away. We started talking about that game after it was already early. When the Tigers pulled ahead 5-3 early in the game, there was some value there. So I know some of you took advantage of that. But Detroit and 83, good number in that city. Never forget that 83 is the 23rd prime. That also matters. And then the Tigers fell to 4-6 in that game. At home against Chicago, 46. The Diamondbacks and the Rockies. Let me see. Is there a 64 connection with the Rockies? Gotta zoom this in so you guys can see it better. No, they got that 46 connection. I don't think we had a read on that game. Athletics got to 13-6. And whoop. Okay, I don't want his comment, I want the team. Oakland Athletics. Athletics is 14-6. Did they end up getting to 14-6? We'll check that out in a moment. Athletics does have that 43 connection. Oh, I remember why we like the Athletics in this game. I knew there was something about. I really like the Athletics just because of LA in 13. LA in 13 plays so well. So there it was again. LA in 13. Almost always a good one. Remember, there's no perfect riddles in this. You'll never go flawless with the riddle, but there's some riddles where you'll hit at least 8 out of 10 times. LA in 13 is one of those types of things. So the A's got that 13th win. Cubbies and the Indians, I don't remember having an opinion on that game. Marlins did a Jesuit tribute. They did get to 8-4. Those Jesuit numbers, their season began 7-1 with the Catholic tribute. They had the coronavirus thing. The Royals and the Reds. This game, we saw the danger with the Reds becoming 4-6 at home because Reds is 46. But I was favoring the Reds here because Wade Miley could have got that 86th win, and that would have sent the Royals into Minnesota 3-8. Where Minnesota in 38 shows up a lot. Minnesota does have an S in it, so it does have a 47 connection. But, with the whole George Floyd 38 thing, I'm a little bit surprised they didn't go in there 3-8. That would have made more sense to me. But, yeah, Reds in 46 does play. That was the danger. Yankees got to 12-6. And, again, I've been talking about, I expect them to start 7-1 at home this year. There were some red flags with this game, though. And again, you can feel like you get kicked in the balls with games like this, but remember, we had the thought from the beginning of the year that the Yankees start 7-1. So don't forget that, but when we did see this game on August 12th, 12-8, like 12/8, we talked about how the Yankees had that big 128 thing going on at the beginning of the year. Or not the beginning of the year, but when they came back against the Mets on July 18th, they became 12-8 in spring league play 128 days after the season was suspended. And the hits were 12-8 in that game, so it was like, well, the Braves can become 12-8 in this game, and then we even saw that Aaron Boone could get his 128th loss. Things like that can look really good. That's why I always say to be consistent, and even if something looks really good, don't bet the house, because there could be, you're going to win with this knowledge, but sometimes it'll feel like it kicks you in the balls. And again, I do suspect the Yankees are going to be 7-1 for the big Catholic tribute, because they had that super Jesuit Catholic tribute to start the season. 71's the 20th prime. It's the 2020 season. There's something about the Jesuits in 126, as we've been talking about. And, again, Yankees and Twins both have great shots to become 14-7. I'm hoping only one of those two teams does it. We'll still be trying to figure out who it's going to be, Yankees and Twins, if they both do it. But, the Yankees got to go 2-1 in their next games to get to that 14-7 record. The Orioles and the Phillies. Phillies became 5-8. Baltimore 58. So that was what was tricky about this one, is we saw that they could become 5-8 because that number plays with Baltimore. And the other thing was, though, that they had Nola on the mound, number 56, and his team could have gone 5-6 at home with a win. And again, that number's been coming through in the majority of games, so that one was a little bit conflicted there with the Nola and 5-8 thing, both looking decent. Astros beat the Giants, no surprise there. They win 5-1. Houston Astros 51. Get the 5-4 baseball Jesuit order tribute. And Twins got it done against the Brewers. We were talking a lot about 122 that day, weren't we? Oh, hold on. That was the other thing we needed to think about with the Baltimore riddle. No, it wasn't that game. Which one was it? Did I already pass it? No, I haven't even got to it yet. There was the Tom Brady thing we were thinking about. But the Twins got it done against the Brewers, and they did the 5-6 away thing. And again, the Twins are another one of these teams we're watching to see if they'll become 14-7. The Brewers became 7-9, like 79 the 22nd prime. Twins 22. The Nationals and the Mets. The Mets won yesterday, too. They became 5-7 at home. We'll have to check that out. Or if they even had that game. But they became 4-7 at home versus the DC team. DC 47. Okay, see where they're going. Okay, so the Rays did beat Boston again. So the Rays did become... Oh, man. I hate Tom Brady, man. If he's going to win the Super Bowl, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, we got to think about this, you guys. It's not as good as the 13-1, but this game was perfectly synced with the Super Bowl date for a Super Bowl tribute. Tom Brady equals 35. His birth numerology is 35. The letters QB is 35. And let me make sure I got this right here. I'm going to zoom this in so it's bigger for you guys. Let me make sure that's showing up on your screen still. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Let me see. Okay. So, Patriots got that 118 connection. And again, Tom Brady's got that 35 and 118 connection. And remember, this game was 179 days before the Super Bowl, which is the 41st prime. Super Bowl's 41. That's why we knew it was Lock City for the Patriots to win the Super Bowl, while Tom Brady was 41. 41's the 13th prime. He scored 13 points in that Super Bowl. He beat LA 13-41. But also, the Red Sox fell to 3-8, and the Super Bowl this year is on the 38th day of the year, February 7th, in Florida, which equals 38. So, I mean, this is how they do it, you guys. Tom Brady to win the Super Bowl is very, 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 very possible. And just one more time, they're having that debate. Who's the GOAT, him or Jordan? GOAT's 43. Brady's going to be 43 this year. Well, he just turned 43 August 3rd. Florida's 43. Football's 43. And with regards to the whole Florida 43 thing, don't forget that Tom Brady and the Patriots became the dynasty team right after 9/11 and the Patriot Act. And that was in the time of the 43rd president, George W. Bush, who went to Yale. And Yale's 43. And Walter Camp, who went to Yale and was likely a member of Skull and Bones, is who's credited with American football. And, Skull and Bones, look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers logo. I mean, compare it to the Skull and Bones logo. Tampa Bay Buccaneers logo, it's a skull with crossed swords. I mean, that's not far off from the skull and crossbones, and it reminds of the Raiders, who the dynasty began with. So, this right here, this is very important what they did in this game. And again, then becoming 12-2 is not as good as, because again, and I'm not mad at Rod. Rod does great research. It's just, it seemed like that guy's stats were one game off. Rod, at first we were like, oh wow, they can become 13-1 in their last 14 games. Well, the truth is they became 12-2, which matters as well because that's a National Football League number. National Football League's 122. Let's not forget what they did last year. Kansas City's 122. San Francisco's 122. Last year, the Super Bowl was Andy Reid's 122nd game with the Chiefs. That was his 122nd game with the Chiefs. And he beat, he had two 122 teams going at each other, the Joe Montana teams. Joe Montana 54. It was the year of Super Bowl 54. So, I see you calling Reno, but... Oh, no, that's not Reno. Never mind. That's South Carolina. South Carolina, I know I'm being long-winded here. I will get to a part where I take calls again. I just want to get through the review in today's games before we go to more calls. So the Rangers did get to 7-4, and they won 7-4. God, this is deja vu, you guys. Just pay attention to how often a Rangers 74 riddle goes, and the score's like 7-4. Seattle from the 47th parallel, so... Again, it's not a surprise. It was just that Mariners pitcher, it was the Rangers pitcher, Lyles, had the chance at the 60-second loss. It's like, that's a number that matters with the Mariners, but yeah, the Rangers 7-4 record, there it was. And the Dodgers, again, we thought that, good chance they'd win this game and the next day to become 13-7 and 6-5 at home, because then you'd have those San Diego Padre numbers. And that's exactly what they did. And then they're on their way to 14-7, which was the other thought, that they're going to 14-7. So, notice yesterday the Mets get to 5-7 at home, right? Money in the bank, hopefully, and they became 9-11 as well. But again, we just had the 57 riddle with the Mets at the start of the series, with the Nationals becoming 5-7. And again, when you have overlap numbers on both sides, Nationals and 57, Nationals 57, Mets 57. New York Mets 57, game over, right? So I hope you guys capitalized on that yesterday. Mets and 57's good, and a National Series, it's even better because you got it on both sides. I love the score 8-2 as well, because that's Washington Nationals right there. Again, you look at your charts, you'll laugh at how often the scores are tributes to these teams. So they become 9-11. I see Ronald saying don't count out the Cowboys. There was that riddle with Mike McCarthy and the players saying the Cowboys are going to be there. We got a lot more work to do on the NFL, but Tom Brady going to the Bucs shifted the landscape. Again, if he did win this year, he'd be 7-3 in his 21st season, kind of like 73, the 21st prime. Jesuit 21. Jesuits running the show. All right, the Orioles and the Phillies. I don't see... Man, the Orioles are playing ball this year, aren't they? It's got to be something about Johns Hopkins in Baltimore with all the coronavirus crap. I don't see any numbers there on... Orioles beat Phillies, complete 3-game sweep. Let's see. I don't think those numbers go, though. I guess dropping the Phillies to 5-9 is kind of like the reflection of 9-5 Baltimore 95. Maybe that's what they did there. All right, so the Rays got to 4-5. That's a Rays number. Rays 45, Major League 45. Red Sox hit the prime numbers 6-13. That's a lot of runs. 17-8, 25 runs, right? Tampa Bay 25. That number that shows up with them a lot. 25 runs in a baseball game, crazy. Okay. Must have been pitching underhand. Pirates and the Reds. Reds fall to 4-7. Now that's an Ohio number and that's a Pirates number. So we had some gematria there. Pirates 47. They go to 4-7 against the Pirates. And the Brewers and the Cubs. Cubbies get to 13-3, 8-1 at home. Reflection of 1-8. So baseball numbers came through there. 54, 8-1, 1-8. Baseball 54-18. And let me check to see if the Cubbies have that. No, they don't. They have the 18 connection, but not the 81. But in baseball, those reflections seem to show up a lot. Okay, and then the Dodgers. Dodgers were golden yesterday, especially after winning the day before. So perfect record. 13-7, 6-5. San Diego Padres 137-65. Okay, so I imagine you guys did well yesterday. The number patterns that we typically talk about, they were popping yesterday. So always loved me a Mets 57 riddle. Won the home run derby with that last year, and then we laughed all the way to the bank because he hit 57 home runs as well, that third baseman. Okay, so let's do the basketball games first. Now that we've done our review, we've talked about some things, our futures, and okay, got a close game here with the Raptors and the Nuggets. Again, dangerous game in my opinion, but we're going to learn something. And I hope Nick Nurse does count as the head coach tonight. Okay, the Heat and the Pacers. So we got an ESPN triple header. ESPN triple header, interesting. Okay, 1 o'clock p.m., 3:36. Okay. All right, let's get our head-to-head stuff going on here. I'm gonna close some tabs. All right. Heat Pacers head-to-head. $117th game tonight. Pacers lead 66-50. 67 is the 19th prime. This season did start in 2019. And the Pacers are 0-3 against the Heat this year. Really struggling against the Heat. 0-3. Last time they played, okay, they just played each other the other day. Oh, yeah, I remember that game. It kicked me in the balls. August 10th. I know what. Hold on. I got to pull something up real quick. Oh, it's not going to work this way. Shit. I can't think how to access the page right now. Maybe this is it. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. I need this whole post. All right. I want to see what these teams came in with. See if we have a bubble riddle again. Okay, so these records are from before the bubble started. This thing they call the bubble, the resume season. So the Pacers were 39-26, and the Heat were 41-24. So the Heat are 3-4 right now, 3-4 in the bubble. And if everything's about King James this year, so something to, even if you don't want to gamble this game, just right away what's jumping out to me is if the Heat lose, they're 3-5 in the bubble, right? King James 35, the real King James became a Freemason at age 35, and LeBron's 35 this year. Okay, so the Heat could fall to 3-5 in the bubble. If you use the rule with S, King James is 44, but that 35 is definitely a lot more important. And the Pacers 39-26, so they are 5-2. So the Pacers could become 6-2 today in the bubble. We have 62 date numerology, and Pacers is 62 as well. So the Pacers could get to 6-2 in the bubble, 62 date numerology, and then that would make the Heat 3-5 in the bubble. And if you use the rule with S with Pacers, it is 35. Again, remember when you're looking at these reduction ciphers, the dark blue cipher, the second from the left, where Pacers is 26, if there's an S for each S, you can add +9 more. That's your 19th letter rule. So Pacers does have a 35 connection. And in your reverse, you're looking for an H. Pacers doesn't have an H, so there's no difference there. H is the 19th letter in reverse, so you would add +9 for each H in reverse reduction, but again, Pacers doesn't have an H in it. Heat does. So Heat 16, that's the one riddle I saw for the Heat here, is that they could, I think, what was it, the 16th away win? Is that what I just saw? They could get their 16th away win. Heat 24-11. Whoops. Miami's 45. Pacers can get their 45th win of the season by beating Miami. Heat could also get their 45th win of the season. You know, in light of the bubble stuff, though, it looks like the bubble stuff is happening. So, personally, I like the Pacers here because the fact that LeBron used to play for the Heat and the Heat can become 3-5 in the bubble. And don't forget that this season resumed on the day leaving 154 days left in the year, right? So King James has the 154 connection. It has the 35 connection. King James is 89 like Los Angeles, California. If you use the rule with S, Los Angeles is 55. And remember that first night back, the Lakers got their 24th home win. They became 24-8 at home like the Kobe Bryant jerseys. 89 is the 24th prime. So I see a King James riddle here if the Pacers win. And you know what else? The only devil's advocate narrative I could say is because either team can get the 45th win and Miami's 45. That's a Holy Bible number too, because again, Holy Bible's 45. The King James Bible was printed in 1611, the year King James turned 45. He was born in 1566, June 19th. And remember, you can't slouch on that 1611 stuff because that was the day of the Kobe Bryant cartoon. End of Days on the Comedy Central Network. It came out on 16/11. And then Philadelphia is named in the Bible, so you got to pay attention to these things. Pacers are still looking for their first win against the Heat this year as well. So I actually see one more thing in that. If the Pacers won this game, I got to look at the standings too, but if the Pacers won this game, they'd be 1-3 against Miami, right? And when you write out 13 as a word, it's 45. King James, the real King James, became a king at 13 months of age. And LeBron won on King James's birthday with the Cavs in his 13th season. So let's see the standings here real quick. Let's see the standings. Okay. Orlando's where they're at. They're not going anywhere. Brooklyn's where they're at. They're not going anywhere. Philadelphia's there. So the Pacers and Heat, essentially what they're playing for is home court advantage, which is kind of a joke because they're playing in the same Orlando gym no matter what. Let's look at the conference. Pacers. So the conference standing makes things a little bit more weary, because if the Pacers lost, they'd be 27-20 in the conference, and Miami's 27 and Heat's 20. So that's probably the most dangerous thing I've seen right now to the Pacers winning today. I got to be honest though, conference records burn me a lot. I'm not real crazy about conference records. So again, if you want to play it safe today and just see how the riddles land, and going forward with these playoff scenarios with some of these games, probably not a bad thought. But that bubble record is nice for the Pacers. I can't deny it. That 6-2 in the bubble. Pacers 62. Okay. You know what? Let's be a little bit more thorough. Let's make sure we got all of our numbers straight. We saw that like with the Nuggets, it's their 53rd season. That's one of the things that's concerning about this game. The Raptors can get the 53rd win, and the Nuggets 53rd season. Let's see what it is for each of these teams. Heat basketball reference. I want to make sure we got all of our facts straight going in the playoffs here. So it's the Heat's 32nd season. 32 relates to the Jesuits in terms of their 32 sun rays on the logo. Okay, Heat 32. Let's see about the Pacers. They've been in the league longer. It's their 53rd season as well. Okay. Make sure I didn't miss anything there. A cheat sheet. Okay. If the Pacers lost, they'd be 5-3 in the bubble in their 53rd season. But I don't know. That's 62 Pacers. And again, the Heat would be 3-5 in the bubble, which to me would be a tribute to LeBron. So, all right, let's check out the Thunder and Clippers. So we got the old Seattle team versus Los Angeles. Clippers can do the 20. This would be the Jesuit birthday as well. 27-9 if they win. September 27th. All right, let's see here. Clippers, Thunder. Hold on. $218th game. Oklahoma City's going for their 139th win today. We did see that today leaves 139 days left in the year. And let me see if they got a 139 connection. No, they don't. Okay. Well, they do have a shot at their 139th win on the day, leaving 139 days left in the year. The Clippers are 2-1 against OKC this year. If OKC lost, they'd be 1-3, kind of like LA 13. That shows up a ton. Clippers are on 79 wins in the series. 79. Oops. $79. All right. Things like that can sound really good, like the Thunder picking up their 139th win on the day, leaving 139 days left in the year. But again, things like that can also kick you in the balls. I always prefer when the Gematria is there just for the teams to pick up a win or loss that corresponds with the opponent. That's the most consistently correct thing. So these teams right now, let's see, do they got anything to gain? Okay. Are the Rockets done? Hold on. So OKC and the Rockets are playing for something today. Okay. OKC and the Rockets got something to prove. And then you think about the Rockets, they got the LA guys, Harden and Westbrook. So these are our last two games of the day here. Thunder and the Clippers. All right, so the Clippers got nothing today. They're there. Staples Center's 49, but nobody's playing in the Staples Center today. Let's see. How long have these teams been in the league? It's their 53rd season as well, the Thunder and the Clippers. 50th season. Well, they can't get to 50 wins. Okay. Let's see. Clippers, Thunder head to head. Oh, yeah, no, we saw that already. Hold on, I want to go back and look at something with the Heat and Pacers game. I wanted to be extra thorough with the coaches and just see what everybody's got going in here. What's that? Eric Spoelstra. I'm going to check every coach's stats today just to see how it lines up going into the playoffs. Eric Spoelstra, Basketball Reference. Okay. 567 wins, 391 losses. I just want to check to see if either of those numbers are prime. 567, that's an interesting number. That's not prime. 391, that's not prime. So we don't have anything prime going on there. It's going to be his 959th career game. Check that too. That's not prime either. Pacers head coach. Is it still Nate McMillan? Pacers head coach. Yeah, Nate McMillan. All right. His next win with Indiana's 183. His next loss in the regular season's 137, which is interesting. That's an Indiana number, 137. 319th game with Indy. He had 266 wins with Portland. Ah, that's interesting. He doesn't have to get that loss he doesn't have to get that loss to conclude the season, the Indiana one. But it does stand out. All right, well, nothing's screaming out about their records. Make sure the Heat don't have like some 183 connection. No, they don't. All right. Billy Donovan. His next loss. Okay, OKC coach's next loss is 157. The reason that matters to me is because of how big that number was with Kobe Bryant's death ritual this year. The game's not in the Staples Center, but normally it would be, right? Why does this say Lake Buena Vista, Florida now? That's not... Before it was saying like Kennewick, Florida. Now it's Lake Buena Vista, Florida? In the world? Anyway... That 157, just because this season has so much to do with Kobe, and again, 157 is also the 37th prime number, and Los Angeles is 37. Remember, the Grammys were the day that Kobe died in the Staples Center, which is 157. Remember when Steph Curry's record three-point streak ended at 157 games in the Staples Center? Kobe Bryant, 157. Again, that's the 37th prime. Los Angeles, 37. Bryant's 37. He died on the 37-year anniversary. Died on the I see your message, Harris. I won't miss a radio show for a long time. I was traveling this week. Plus, I wanted to get some fixes because the last 2 weeks' radio shows were all screwed up. So I'm hoping with this improved setup here, we're not going to have the same problems. I got to say, I like the Clippers tonight, man. But they don't have anything to play for. I'm surprised that they're such big favorites. Are the Clippers... Here, is Kawhi Leonard playing tonight? I mean, the numbers are there for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Lou Williams, break silence on facing. Okay, that was a different game. Let me see. Oklahoma City's playing for something. The Clippers aren't. That's what makes me worried about this. It's a different game. This is from earlier. The Clippers' numbers look right to win, but man, they don't have anything to play for, and OKC does. So that's what makes me nervous about that, is just that dynamic. LA has the 13 and 14 connection. Thunder could get that 14th away loss. Yeah, I won't miss any more Wednesday shows for a long time, Harris. Don't sweat it. And I don't think we're going to have the glitch this week either. Yeah, I'm just looking at that big Jesuit number screaming out there, 27-9 their birthday, just like how that played yesterday. I'm thinking about how 49 is symbolic to the Staples Center. I know the game's not there. Let me see why they changed this from whatever it was, Kennewick, Florida, to this. That doesn't make sense. They're playing in the same building, aren't they? Lake Buena Vista, 44 like Clippers, 91 the 13th triangular number. 53. Florida. Man, it makes so much sense for that Thunder coach to get his 157th loss, too, against Los Angeles. God, you know what else? He'd be on 2... Okay. That's interesting that Kobe's dad did play for the Clippers in history. He used to play for them when they were in San Diego. But notice the coach. He's on 243 wins right now, too. Kobe Bean Bryant has got that 243. He died while the U.S. was still 243 years old, at least reportedly. The U.S. has turned 244 since then on July 4th. His next one is 244. But, man, I'm just seeing that Kobe thing in there. 243 and 157. Maybe the Clippers want to play just for some momentum. So, 72nd game of the year as well for them. Jesuit order 72. 72nd game for both teams, actually. Numbers look right for the Clippers. Again, just there's the part of me that's like, again, it's all rigged, so it doesn't matter. But it's just like, well, the Clippers should be resting their players, you would think. And the Thunder are trying to get that, I guess, one spot better playoff seeding, which I guess doesn't matter that much. Okay. 76ers and Rockets. Now, if the Rockets lose tonight, they're 44-28. Those are those Rockets numbers. We just saw this 2 days ago. The Pacers became 44-28 against the Rockets. And we just saw that this new location that they're saying, Lake Buena Vista, Florida, is 44. But as I say that, I see a big red flag. One of my favorite numbers, and you guys have heard me say this a million times, one of my favorite numbers with a Houston riddle is 31. So I see that the 76ers can get their 31st loss. Houston and 31, man. It's hard to go against a Houston 31 riddle, but I'm also looking at this going, what's that about? And hold on, I realized one thing I just forgot to do with the Thunder Clippers game. I forgot to check our bubble stats. So the Clippers came in 44-20 when the league resumed. Clippers 44. So they've gone 4-3. So if the Clippers win today, they're 5-3 in the bubble, right? Los Angeles is 53. The devil's advocate narrative, though, would be that Clippers is 44. Yeah. That makes that... All right, let's see what the Thunder got going. Los Angeles in 53 just seems to just play so much, but Clippers in 44 matters. That Jesuit riddle only plays if they win, though. And the Billy Donovan Kobe thing only plays if the Clippers win. Thunder 40-24 they came in. So they are 4-3 as well. Okay, so either team can do the 5-3-4-4 thing. Man. Let me see how many days it is from Kawhi's birthday real quick. By the way, if the Lakers and Blazers play in the first round, you realize what they're going to do with that, right? Kawhi, or not Kawhi, I mean LeBron versus Melo. Don't forget Melo's on the Blazers now. His star power has lost, but that would be the matchup, and that would be a narrative. All right, hold on. I'm just seeing how many days it is from Kawhi's birthday. 46. That's a Clippers number. Clippers 46. I see that Kobe again. I see the Kobe riddle if the Thunder lose through the coach's record. I see the Jesuit thing here, and I guess the Clippers play for momentum. Stay on 23 losses. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, and just, again, the one other thing that could go in OKC's favor is they can get that 139th win on the day, leaving 139 days left in the year. I know riddles like that, as good as they look, they don't come through a lot, though. And again, if OKC lost, they'd be 1-3 against LA. That LA 13 thing. All right. Let's 76ers Rockets. $145th game. I see a Catholic thing here. It's the 145th game, and the Sixers can get their 71st win. Those are Catholic numbers. Catholic. 71-145. Remember, God, it was so long ago. The first thing to happen with the 74th NBA season was the Zion Williamson sweepstakes. They did that on Israel's 71st birthday, which is May 14th, 14/5, 71st birthday. Remember Zion Williamson, 74th season. So anyway, I just see that Philadelphia could hit that 71-145 thing. But man, again, going against a Houston 31 riddle is really unwise. So I'm not saying I'm doing that, but that does pop out to me. That would keep the Rockets on 74 wins in the 74th season. Sixers lost to the Rockets earlier this year, 108-118. And let's see. Let's see what they're playing for here. So the Rockets and Thunder are both. Oh yeah, and then there's with the whole Westbrook and Harden thing, because they both were members of the Thunder, and now they're both members of the Rockets. Is Westbrook playing today? Oh, wow. He's going to miss part of the playoffs, huh? That's interesting. He's 31 right now, the Houston number. Whew. Well, they didn't make things easy with this game because you got the Rockets numbers in their record, and you got the Houston thing going against Philly. If the Rockets lost, they'd be 4-4 in the bubble, which again is the Rockets number. And Philly. We're 42-30 now. They came in. 39 and 26. They're 3 and 4 in the bubble. If they won, they'd be 4 and 4 as well. Rockets 44. God. If they lost, they'd be 3 and 5, kind of like King James, because they're going against James Harden. Let's see how this lines up with James Harden today. James Harden, August 26th birthday, so we're 12 days before his birthday. It's a leap year, so that means it's 354 days after his last birthday. Let me just see that in terms of weeks. 50 weeks and 4 days. Whoops. That's what that is. August 26th. $11 months, 19 days. Okay. Philadelphia's wounded. They don't got Ben Simmons. And if they didn't win, they'd stay on 42 wins. That's the 76ers number. They'd get that 31st loss against Houston. Check one more thing with the 76ers here. It was 46 days after Kawhi's birthday, too. That connects to Clippers and Houston, Texas. Okay. Conference 16 and 8 out of conference. If the Rockets won today, they'd get their 17th win out of conference. Houston Rockets is 59 to 17th prime. You got 17 teams in the playoffs. 76ers are 14 and 12 out of conference. They could get their 13th loss against number 13. Yeah, you know, it's a little bit goofy here just because this concerns me a little bit. The 44 and 28. We just saw that if the 76ers win, both teams would be 4 and 4 in the bubble. Rockets is 44. But, you know, again, the number that comes through the most in any Houston sport game is 31. The 76ers can get their 31st loss. So, I don't like that the Rockets record could be a tribute to the Rockets if they lose. But again, like I said 10 minutes ago, to go against a Houston 31 riddle is unwise because Houston in 31 is one of those things that comes through at least 80% of the time. So it's like, again, 2 out of 10 times it might not come through. It would be something like this, but I'm just having trouble going against that. And in light of James Harden wearing 13, again, when you write out 13, it has that double connection to 45. So they could get that 45th win. And remember, King James riddle's going on this year. Holy Bible 45. Holy Bible's like that too. 45 forwards and backwards. King James Bible came out when he was 45. I've been thinking all year it'll be the Battle of LA in the Western Conference Finals, but the King James thing is LeBron versus James Harden. And again, they could end up meeting before the Western Conference Finals. You know, you could get the Battle of the Jameses even before the Western Conference Finals. So, yeah. Let's go check out baseball. There's got to be some better things brewing in baseball today because basketball is just a little bit iffy there. Okay, so the Blue Jays and the Rays. So this is a fresh series, I believe. I don't think they played yesterday. Yeah, this is a fresh series. All right, so where could we be going? Could the Blue Jays, is this a 3-game series? If we have a 3-game series here, I think it is very, very, very likely the Blue Jays end up being 2 and 5 at home against Tampa Bay because that is a number that comes through so much for Tampa Bay. 25, just like the 25-run game yesterday. So let's see if we got a 3-game series here, because my guess is Rays win the series 2 out of 3, if that's the case. All right, so they play today, tomorrow. And Sunday. And do they play Monday too? They do not. So we got a 3-game series. Okay, so I feel very good about the Rays winning 2 out of 3 here. But let's see if we can figure out what goes on today. What goes on today? It's interesting that it starts at 37 minutes after the hour. That's the 12th prime. Rays come in on 12 wins. We're playing in Buffalo, New York again. Let me just see those Buffalo, New York numbers. Buffalo, New York. Okay. Now, Tampa Bay is 79. That didn't come through the other day for Boston. Boston had a chance to be 7-9 against Tampa Bay, but doesn't mean it won't come through today. So, if Blue Jays won today, I'd like the Rays to take it Saturday and Sunday to make this 2-5 thing happen. And I don't think. Okay, let's check out our pitchers here. Hold on, you guys. My bad. I forgot to do one thing with our last NBA game. I want to cover all of our bases. Just see if there's anything huge that we should look for today with the coaches or anything like that. I didn't get to. I know that I got to the Thunder coach, and then I forgot to do the Clippers coach, who I believe is still Doc Rivers. Let me get these coaches, and then we'll go back to baseball. Still Doc. Yep, Doc Rivers. He's 940. He has 942 wins, 681 losses with the Clippers, 563, 355. Let me see if we got any prime stuff there. 563 is 563 is the 103rd prime. Jesuits, the plural's 103. Wait. Where did I just get that? Hold on, what's going on with me? Where did I just get that 563 number? Oh, never mind. He's coached 563 games with the Clippers. Disregard that. 355 and 208 with the Clippers. 943 would be his next win. 943. That's not prime. I just say he's on 381 losses. Or 681 losses. I knew that didn't seem like enough. Okay. Whoops. 681. 681's not prime either. Okay. Doc Rivers. He's been coaching a long time. Doc Rivers 50. And didn't we see it was the Clippers' 50th season? Is that right? Yeah, Doc Rivers 50, Clippers 50th season. Okay. All right, 76ers coach. Brett Brown. Oop. All right, he can't get anything that's prime. 220, 344, and Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni. His next loss is 101, the 26th prime. We did have the 26th date numerology today. Well, Mike D'Antoni could get his 101st loss today, and Philadelphia is 101. Yay. That number shows up a lot with Philly. No doubt about it. Again, if the Rockets did lose, their record would be 44-28. Rockets numbers, both teams would be 4-4 in the bubble. Rockets 44. It's just I'm having trouble going against the that 31. If that 31 wasn't there, I'd take the 76ers in this game. But man, Houston and 31, like I said, that's a 80% number with a Houston in any sport, especially the Astros. I feel like with the Astros, it's 100%. If 31's on the board and Houston Astros are playing, that's happening. So. But, okay, D'Antoni can get his 101st loss. That's also an NBA, that's a finals number. And that could be like Western Conference Finals. So, and again, that would factor in with the whole Kobe thing too. So, again, today's a good day to take notes on some of these things we're watching. Again, the 154th game with the Raptors coach, the King James number, Toronto Raptors 154. So, I feel like in baseball or in basketball today, look for the clues. Save your money for the better bets. I wasn't really thrilled about anything in basketball. Okay, but again, I like Rays to win 2 out of 3 here today, but they might drop this first game, the Rays, because Tampa Bay in 79 hits. It didn't hit the other day with Boston. That doesn't mean it won't hit today. Let's check out these pitchers. Again, for people trying to call in right now, once I'm done going through these baseball games, how many do we got to go through? Oh, we got some games to go through. Woo, we got some games to go through. I'm going to keep it surface level. I'll check some pitchers out here and there. If there's something good on the surface, but usually it's just what's on the surface that's most important. And then we'll take your calls. So I know I'm going slow today, guys. Trying to be extra thorough for our basketball playoff analysis. Close some things here. All right, Trevor Richards' record. Zoom that in. Okay, 10-21 for Trevor Richards. 10-21. Hold on. His next loss is 22. Get to that. Blue Jays. You know what else? You know what other number the Blue Jays like is 23. The Blue Jays like 23. If they win today, they're 2-3 at home, and they're 7-9. And Tampa Bay's 79. Blue Jays would get to 2-3. Let's see what Tanner Rourke's got going on, because I see there's some value in the Blue Jays today. They're dogs at home. Tanner Rourke's got that 59. 75-65. And Toronto, he's 1-1. Well, unfortunately, I don't think that goes with the opponent. Okay, so again, I like the Rays to win the series, which is something else you can bet on, because 2-5 at home seems very probable to me for the Blue Jays. Tampa Bay 25 again, one more time. Blue Jays very well could take the first game in the series, though. They'd be 7-9, Tampa Bay 79, and they'd be 2-3 at home, Blue Jays 23. And you know, I got one devil's advocate narrative to what I've been talking about. If the Rays lost the first 2 games, they would be 4-7. Ugh. Okay. That's something to think about too. 25 plays more than 47 with Tampa Bay. But if the Rays did lose their first 2 games, they would be 4-7 away. And then the Blue Jays would become 3-3 at home. And Tampa Bay is also 137, the 33rd prime. So I guess that Yeah, maybe hold off on the series thing. It normally is Tampa Bay in 25. Again, more than 47, but 47 can matter with this team. But I think I got to lean Blue Jays today. I like this 7-9 right here and the 2-3. Blue Jays 23, a good one. Tampa Bay 79. That makes a little bit of sense to me right there. So, and I like that the Blue Jays have value too. So Blue Jays come through. You got them in one of your parlays today. They're a nice little bump. Okay, Yankees. I'm not going against the Yankees thought. Before the season even began, I said I suspect the Yankees will start this year 7-1 at home. I said that right from the start of the year. So I'm not going to go against that thought. Yankees is third. Oh, you know what? We get a double Catholic tribute today with the Yankees winning. They're 7-1 at home, and the Red Sox are 3-5 away. And your two most standard ciphers. Catholic is 71-35. So, and again, the Yankees got the Society of Jesus connection. And the Yankees with the rule with S is also 35. If the Yankees win no, it can't. It couldn't. Well, there's a possibility you could get a double World Series tribute in this series. It would have to go like this though. The Yankees would have to win today. Well, it wouldn't have to necessarily go that way, but the Yankees would have to split these first two games to make the Red Sox 7-14, which is like 14-7 flipped around. World Series 147, and the Yankees would have to win 2 out of the next 3 to be 14-7. So I'll check the pitchers just to be thorough. We got Garrett Cole go. Oh, they must be a huge favorite today with Cole on the mound. Oh my God, negative 340. Goodness. Well, there's not even any value there, but this should be Garrett Cole's, 98th win? His 98th win today. Woo! Okay, well, there's no value in that game. Let's see what this Colton Brewer guy's got going anyway. Just curious. What kind of tribute could we get here? Colton Brewer. All right. 2-2. That's... Well, that would be your only upset narrative. If you want to try something with Boston, just because somebody out there is maybe going, well, what about the 62 date numerology? Red Sox would be a huge payout today. If you want to try the Red Sox in an upset and a parlay because they pay so much, more power to you. But I think that Catholic thing's probably going to happen. But I did just see that Colton Brewer could become 3-2 as a pitcher with an upset. That's Boston's prayer today. Boston's got the 32 prayer through Colton Brewer. Probably not going to happen, though. Again, I think that 71's pretty locked in, honestly. Catholic Jesuit tribute, all the way. So, if you do want to try out a small parlay with the Red Sox, because they'd send your parlay through the roof if they won. You don't get lines like that often in baseball. I mean, I wouldn't put much on it, though. One of your small parlays with a string of games you like today, that's the only way I would even do that. So I think I was right about the 7-1 thing. We'll see. Okay, Mets and Phillies. Okay, Phillies lose. They got a little revelation. Well, they have a Revelations 59 and 49. They could do it here. DeGrom's on the mound, so the Mets are Mets are favorites. DeGrom, the ace. If the Mets win today, they're 10-11, right? It's kind of like 111, the New York number. All right, let's see. DeGrom is 68-49. Well, that's tricky because Washington's 49 and 50. So that could go either way, his record. He could stay on 49 losses or pick up his 50th. If he wins, though, he's got 69th win. How about this Spencer Howard guy? He's number 48. Looking for his first career win. Wow. Make sure I'm not missing any numbers here. Phillies do have that 54 connection and 45. That would be the upset narrative. That Phillies 45 has been playing. We've seen that show up in some games. That would be the upset narrative. Usually New York teams don't both win in the same day. So that would be the other reason the Phillies would have a shot. But they do. It's not like every time that they split. I mean, it doesn't happen every time. There's some days where they both win or they both lose. Yeah, it's hard to go against that New York thing in there, that 10-11, New York 111. But man, that Phillies 45's been playing. Let's keep shopping because the Mets don't have a lot of value. And hold on, did I miss one thing with the Mets and Phillies? Make sure I didn't miss something here. No. Let me think about where the series could be going. Is there a clear riddle where this series could be going? If the Phillies lost 2, they'd be 5-11 primes. No. I want to say something right now, and I'm going to talk about it again, but I just want to say it. Sometimes I forget things that I mean to say. I'm going to do a live stream Sunday morning. We're going to start earlier than normal. I got to wake up, but probably start about 8 a.m. Sunday because games start earlier. Hold on. There's going to be, I think we're going to do good on Sunday because we know our Jesuit numbers, and they're also doing this big Negro League tribute on Sunday. So something to look into heading into Sunday, since they're doing this. They're wearing Negro League patches on Sunday to celebrate 100 years of the Negro Leagues. So remember, you got your African American numbers, which are definitely worth paying attention to. We know those are hitting, but remember the word Negro too. And let me see what the official title is. Is it Negro League or is it Negro Leagues? Because I'm guessing there's going to be major tributes on Sunday since they're doing this. The word Negro is probably going to come through. The Gematria of Negro. And, Negro League's 56? Well, that's been like the number of the year. It's 56 and 187 like Society of Jesus. Well, I guess we know who run the Negro Leagues. They've run the Black Panther Party and Black Lives Matter. It's the Jesuits, so I guess that's not a surprise. They're the divide and conquer gang. But, again, keep that in mind as we head towards Sunday. If you see something setting up with one of these Negro Leagues riddles, it's probably happening. Sunday, every team is wearing a Negro League patch. And that just confirms what we said this year being all about African American and Black Lives Matter and all that. Okay. Phillies, Mets, not crazy about it. The Pirates need to win 2 in a row here to get to 4-7, which could happen. Could happen, because a few things would happen here if they did that. They'd be 4-7 in Ohio. Ohio's 47. Pirates is 47. They'd become 6-13, 13 to 6th prime. You'll see those prime number relations come through. But hold on. They got to get there first. Pirates and Reds. All right, let's see these pictures real quick. Cool versus Sonny Gray. (18-20). So are the tell me Pittsburgh's dogs today. Ooh, they're big dogs. Pirates got some value here, you guys. This could happen. Because the Pittsburgh pitcher can get his 19th win today, and that's a Reds number right there. That's a good Reds number. And the most pure cipher, Reds 19. So maybe the Pirates are going to surprise the Reds here. So I see some value here with the Pirates. Get that 19th win. And maybe they do it tomorrow to get to 4-7. Let's see what Sonny Gray's got going on. Sonny Gray. He could get his 62nd loss on the 62-date numerology, Sonny Gray. He's 73-61 right now. 73-61. Let me see what else we got going here. Okay. American Ballpark. That's where they're playing, right? Great American Ballpark. If the Pirates won the next 2 games as well, if they surprised them, they'd get to 6-13. And remember, in baseball, it's a little bit more abstract. If they were 6-13, imagine their record the other way, 13-6. That's like Great American Ballpark 136. And then again, the 47 shows up a lot in Ohio, plays with the Pirates, just like the Reds became 4-7 yesterday. So let me double check to make sure they're playing there tomorrow. Yeah, they are. Yeah, this could be an upset. That could be an upset. So again, things that look good here. Sonny Gray could get a loss that goes with the date numerology. Chad Kuhl get his 19th win against the Reds. Reds 19. And again, Pirates 47. If they win 2 in a row, they're 4-7. So doesn't look half bad. For the person in the chat asking about NHL, I haven't been doing a lot with NHL. A guy had a really good observation about Dallas and 27 over the years because it's the 103rd NHL season, which is the 27th prime. So keeping an eye on Dallas right now. But it's also the 102nd Stanley Cup, and the season began it was October 2nd, 10/2, and you had the death of the Arizona Cardinals guy that same day, the owner of the football team. So 102nd Stanley Cup, but 103rd season. So 2 numbers to keep track of. Canada hasn't won it since 93. So we can talk about hockey when I open up the phone line if you want to call in. But because there's so many sports at once, it's kind of overwhelming. And I think the consensus is people care the least about hockey. Okay, but yeah, I see not a bad upset narrative here for the Pirates. I mean, you got things there. The record could make sense. The pitchers could make sense. So there's definitely some value. Okay, Indians and Tigers. Now, 56 has been coming through in the majority of games, so we got a 56 up on the board if the Tigers win, and man, they'd be an upset too today. Huh. Okay. However, as I say that, they could fall to 4-7, and if I'm not mistaken, the Indians, don't they have that 47? Yeah, the Indians do have that 47 connection. So they could become 4-7 against the Indians. Again, 56 hasn't been perfect. It's come through in the majority of games, but you have a reason to believe it might not come through here. Detroit would also become 9-8 in Detroit's 98. Whoops. So Detroit loses. They're 9-8. Detroit 98, and then they're 4-7 at home against the Indians. So both of those things would make sense. And you know what? I think Indians is 119 as well. Yes, it is. Okay, so the Indians win today. They're 11-9, right? Indians 119. The Tigers lose. They're 4-7 at home. Indians 47. They lose. They're 9-8 overall. Detroit 98. So the surface level stuff is usually where it's at. It looks good for the Indians here based on that. Let's check the pitcher stats real quick. Aaron Seville. He's 66. There wasn't a 66 on the board, was there? No. Okay. You guys, I'm going to let Rod break the rule, but again, as soon as I'm done, I'll open up the calls. I know Rod has nothing to go. What's up, Rod?
What's going on, Zach? Can you hear me?
I hear you. What's up, man?
What's going on? So the day before yesterday when I called you, so it was when I put in my live stream, it was 11-1. And so that they went 12-1. So they became 13-1 in a span of 179 days if you don't count yesterday.
Oh, because they ended up winning yesterday too, right?
Right. See, they played a 4-game series. So the whole thing that you had, it still was good because when I called you, I said they was 12-1.
Right.
11-1.
Right, and then they won again yesterday. So I see what you're saying. Then it was a span of Oh, and you know what? They did that on the 13th as well. In NFL's 13. Man.
Yeah, and they won with 25 combined runs. It was 25 combined runs in that game.
And Tampa Bay's 25, and now Brady's in Tampa Bay after going from Boston. I hate to say it, but I think that the Bucks have moved to my favorite team to win the Super Bowl because of this. So.
Yeah. I'm glad you keep me in on that, man. I've been on the race those last 2 days because once I found out that I had the stat wrong, I think that they played one more game. So I had the stat wrong, but they ended up playing a 4-game series that made up for it. So they still got the 13-1, and if you don't count yesterday, it still was a span of 179.
Yeah, I know you're right about that. And you know what else? If you don't count the span, it's 178 days, and the score was 17-8, wasn't it?
Wow. See, look, Zach, it was 17-7. I was telling my patrons on live stream they was going to do a football score. So when they did the 17-7, I thought that was it. And then, Boston put up that one more run, 17-8. Wow,
So what 178 is, that number has meaning. Kabbalah equals 178, and that's what they're doing here. This is all Kabbalah, so...
Yeah, I'm glad we keyed in on that. That might have been huge. Also, too, what I just called you for to correct that stat what I had the other day. Now Cleveland, I hear you on Cleveland already, but they have beaten Detroit 17 straight times.
Say that again?
Cleveland beat Detroit Tigers 17 straight times, Zach.
So they can get the 18th straight win. Baseball 18.
Exactly. 18, and look. And now if they win 20 straight, they'll become 13-9. Indians equals 34.
Right.
139 is the 34th prime. And guess who they play next? Pirates. 34 in this period.
There you go.
So I'm looking for the sweep. And then if they win 20, it'll be 20 straight in the year 2020.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, the Indians look golden today, man. So.
Yep. It'll be 18 straight. Yep. But that's all I had. I wanted to correct that stat. And it'll be 18 straight if the Indians win tonight.
Tom Brady's going to the Super Bowl, you guys. That's what it's only a matter of time for them to do that. That the first team to host has their team, and they have Tom Brady do it. I mean, it'll be a punch in the face, man. They're gonna do it.
Do you remember when Tony Dungy won it with Tampa Bay with Warren Sapp? Do you remember what year that was?
Not off the top of my head. I got to go back and research that.
I wonder how many years from Tampa Bay to now.
Yeah.
But I know it. I was thinking 25 years, but it can't be that long. But just an observation.
It's done. They're going, man. This isn't an accident. 17-8, 178 days before the Super Bowl.
Exactly. I'm glad we put it all together. Exactly.
I want to pool our money together. I think we should pool our money together and see if we can pay one of these players off to take out Tom Brady so we blow up their riddle.
I hear that, because they're in our division this year. I'm in Atlanta, but that sounds like what it's about to be, man. But hopefully, the good thing about it is Tampa Bay is not going to be, they're going to have good odds. Normally the Patriots like the top 2 or 3 front runners when they had a Super Bowl odds. By Tampa Bay being a little off-market team, their odds would be higher. So, man, if he do what he do, actually Tom Brady can win us a lot of money. You know what I mean?
It's going to happen. I see in the chat a guy saying it's not going to happen. It's happening, man. I'm sorry, it's happening. He's 43 years old. They're going to call him the GOAT.
You got Tom Brady down to his science. So I ain't going to lie. Anytime you say Tom's going, you got to route him now. Like, period.
Yeah, for the man, I respect the man in the chat, but to say this isn't going to happen, I mean, come on, man. 17-8, 178 days before the Super Bowl against his old city. I mean, come on.
Exactly. Then it was 107. Then when you put the 41 Super Bowl, wow. Yep. I'm glad you just put that together with it, because I didn't even know nothing about the 178, to be honest. But it was 178 days. You're right. Put it all together.
I'll give you another 178, George Floyd. So there's probably something there with that too.
Wow.
That's probably your NFC Championship. It's probably Minneapolis and the Bucks. And that makes sense in a way, doesn't it? Because you have 2 Viking teams, and Vikings are white people, so it's like a white-black thing right there.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I'm keyed in on that shoot.
You know what else is 43? You know what else is 43? George Floyd is 43 as well, man. This is all big riddle right here. So.
George Floyd is 43 and 168.
43 and 178.
178. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, appreciate that information. I'm locked in. Hopefully this will change my life, man. It's something because I ain't playing with this one. I'm gonna load on this one from now to Super Bowl. If it is what it is, man. Because the odds gonna be so great. So you just 40 here, 100 there, 80 there, 90 there. I mean, wow, man.
The only team I see, the only way I see the Bucks not making it is if it is the Vikings at this point, because George Perry Floyd's 201 with all that shit going on. But I think they put Brady in the game with what we just saw yesterday. So.
Right. We might need to see who's Tampa Bay coach and see if he got any numbers or connections this year.
Isn't it the white guy? Isn't it Arians?
I'm not sure.
I think it's Bruce Arians.
From Arizona?
I think it's Bruce Arians as their coach. And then there's another thing. His name is Aryan, right? Like Aryan Nation. So.
Yeah.
Let me double check.
All right. I'm keyed in on that, man. I'm glad we keyed in on it. So I'm just gonna be like I said, I'm waiting for football season to be honest, because I'm feeling Tampa Bay too, honestly. They're gonna have good odds this year.
Dude, you know what the Super Bowl could be? I will not. You know what? I bet you anything. I bet you. I shouldn't say I bet anything. I bet you anything. No, man, I'm saying it again. It's probably going to be the Bucks and the Patriots, man, because Cam Newton's on 131 wins right now. And again, years ago, I told everybody about Cam Newton and Huey P. Newton, who established the Black Panther Party. If you guys don't know about this right now, Huey P. Newton equals 131, right? Like Super Bowl. And right now, Cam Newton's played 131 career games. And now he's on the. They're gonna do this, man. It's gonna be the ultimate mockery. It's gonna be Cam Newton of the Black Panthers on the Patriots versus the Bucks. That's my Super Bowl right now. So.
Wow. So you still think the Patriots gonna do good this year? I thought this was the year maybe the Patriots will fall off.
Not with this Aryan shit. This is what they're doing. It's the black-white. It's because think about it. This is Tom Brady's last season, right? Peyton Manning rides off into the sunset after beating Cam Newton. Cam Newton gets released this year on Peyton Manning's birthday, March 24th. Then he goes to the Patriots in the Black Panther ritual. It was like 97, I forget what it was, 97 days from his birthday, 74 days from Belichick's, and Black Panther Party's 97 and 74. He's on 131 games right now. Huey P. Newton 131. That's the founder of the Black Panther Party. And then the other thing is, for people who don't know this, Huey P. Newton died 83 days after Cam Newton was born in 89, and football's 83, and murder's 83. So these guys are attached at the hip, and I just see it now. I just see it now with the brute. So, yeah, I think that's your Super Bowl. All right, Ron. I appreciate it, man.
All right, no problem, man. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Take care.
All right.
That will be the ultimate mockery right there. Cam Newton on the Patriots versus Tom Brady on the Bucks. I think that's the Super Bowl, you guys. I feel good about that, the way they've set this up. So. Yeah, if you guys doubt what I'm saying, I'll just show you things right now. Huey P. Newton, I'll show you he died 83 days after Cam Newton's birthday. Cam Newton's birthday is May 11th, the 131st day of the year. Huey P. Newton died August 22nd. Check this out. Cam Newton, birthday, May 11th, 89. Here we go. 131st day of the year. He's on 131 games played. Here, I'm just going to show it all to you right now. QB win-loss record, Cam Newton. The best part about Gematria in sports is futures. Day-to-day, you'll win most, but some days you'll feel like you get kicked in the balls, but futures is where it's at. So you see how Cam Newton's on 131 wins? 131 with the 42 home wins. Come on. 59 total career losses, 42 and 59 on Black History. Anyway. Born on the 131st day of the year, Huey P. Newton 131 career games. Now you know why they... Think about what they did to him last year. Cam Newton, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They bench him for the white rookie. The white rookie who was unstoppable until all of a sudden he couldn't play football anymore in the scripted NFL. But here it is right here from Cam Newton's birthday, May 11th, 89. May 11th, 89 to the day Huey died, August 22nd. Watch this. I talked about this years ago. This is years ago when I said why it was going to be Broncos over Panthers. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. I'm tripping. Something's wrong here. What did I do wrong? Let me take this call real quick. Caller?
What's that?
Yeah, what's up?
We still talking about the Patriots?
Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Alright, so another thing to think about is the Patriots versus two teams. The Steelers, because of the 43, they won Super Bowl 43. So they got the black coach. They got the Black Lives Matter colors with the black and yellow. And Bruce Arians used to coach for the Steelers. He used to be like an assistant coach, so there's a correlation there with them. And then another team that I've been serious about is the Raiders. The reason why the Raiders is because they played under John Gruden. They played each other at Super Bowl 37, Tampa Bay 37. That was 18 years ago, which 18's big.
I'll tell you what, if it wasn't the Patriots in the AFC, that would be my next team right there is the Ravens with Lamar Jackson.
No, I said Raiders.
Oh, Raiders. Oh, in the 101st season.
Raiders.
Oh, Raiders.
Yes, all with the tuck rule. It's been 19 years and 19 days from the Super Bowl. From that tuck rule date from the Super Bowl is 19 years, 19 days, I believe.
Okay, I hear your narrative on that. That Randall Cunningham just had a big sacrifice on June 30th.
They got a lot of shit.
Okay.
Waiting with the looting, everything that's been happening this year, the symbolism. They're the only two teams, the Bucks and Raiders, with the two knives and the skull and bones and all that.
Right.
So they got a lot of connections. It's like those three teams, but the Bucks is like souls. Like they're looking golden with Brady. Like I've been on this since the beginning of coronavirus. Like they are looking golden, and also another team with basketball that correlates with the Bucks that I've been paying attention to is the Celtics, because 18 and 18 to 61, 61 to 18 prime. The coach is 43 years old, Brad Stevens. There's a lot with the NBA bubble, the 22 teams. Boston equals 22. Jason Tatum's 22. There's just so much. And 33 years ago, the Celtics and the Lakers. So I got the Celtics and the Lakers meeting back up. And it's been 33 years.
33 years since the last time they were in the finals?
No, it's been 10 years.
I was going to say, okay,
That's
yeah.
Kobe won.
Right.
It's been 10 years. Yeah, it's been 10 years, but they met 33, and we said 33 big with 74 season.
Well, if it ended up being Celtics and Lakers would definitely win that series to tie it up at 17 because Black Mamba's 59, the 17th prime, and you got these 17 teams in the NBA playoffs. That's a possibility. It's a possibility there.
It's a definite possibility. I'm leaning towards the Celtics on that one, though.
You are?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Celtics for the 18. I think 18 is huge.
No. They're not going past 17. They're just like the Yankees. They're stuck in the same boat. Yankees are stuck on 27 because MLB's 27, NBA's 17. They're not going past 17. Oh, no.
So you think it would be 17 for like 20?
Of course. Black Mamba 59, the 17th prime, just like they got 17 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah. So
that's a good sign for the Lakers. The Lakers are going for their 17th championship, and they got 17 teams in the playoffs. Big NBA number.
Yes, LeBron 17.
I like to let you guys think for yourself, but man, I'm telling you, that 18th thought is all wrong. I'm going to be honest.
I love Lakers to go at least, but there's a lot of numbers both ways, and it's like Celtics does have a good team, and there's a lot of bad news going on the Lakers. Even badly played for the Boston Celtics. Rondo was out. He plays with Boston Celtics, so it's like I see a lot with the Celtics. I'm not 100% sold on them, but I love them to go.
Well, it's possible. It's possible. All right, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Good call.
All
right, see you. All right, I shouldn't have picked up his call. I'm glad I did. It was a good call, but I will take the calls once I finish here. I still got to finish. And I guess I was wrong about it being 83 days from the day Cam. It's 103 days, which is a ritual number, and it's the 27th prime, and Jesuits is 103. Huh. But notice Huey P. Newton died on the day, leaving 131 days left in the year. Cam Newton's born on the 131st day of the year. I swore there was some 83 thing with his birth and death, though. It might be something I'm forgetting, because it's been a minute since I went back and talked about that. But they both have the 131 connection, that's for sure. And it's not an accident that Cam Newton's career came to an abrupt stop while playing for the Carolina Black Panthers on 131 wins. Just like it's not an accident that he lost in Super Bowl 50 in the Bay Area where the Black Panthers were formed the year of the first Super Bowl season. And again, Huey P. Newton, 58. Cam Newton became the 58th QB to start in the Super Bowl. That's why we said Von Miller would be the MVP, number 58, taking one pick after Cam. Again, we had all that nailed in October of that season. It was the easiest call ever. Okay. I will start taking calls again once I'm done here, but let's get through these games. Okay, we saw that the Pirates have a great upset narrative today. Indians should win. I like what Rod said about the Indians winning 3 straight to get to 13-9, like 139 to 34th prime. That has some good... Okay, yeah. You know what? Indians should definitely win today and tomorrow because they fall to 4-7 today. Indians is 47. They fall to 4-8 tomorrow. Cleveland's 48. And then his thought about 13-9... Yeah, it makes some sense. So, but the Indians looked really good today. Unfortunately, they don't pay a lot, but the riddle looks good. The Braves and the Marlins. So, I think there's a good chance the Marlins end up being 9-5. That Braves Jesuit number. We've seen the Marlins hit some nice Jesuit tributes here. If the Braves became 5-7 today, that's a World Series related number. I think they're going to be in the pennant. I'll be surprised if they're not at this point. But hold on, let me see. Let me see if I'm missing a number here. You can watch this game. I think they're going to split to do this 9-5 thing. And Miami Marlins is 59, the reflection of 95 as well. Oh, hold on. I see one problem with what I just said, though. I see one problem with that. The Braves have that 67 connection as well. They could get to 6-7 away if they won to. And if they won 2, that would drop the Marlins to 2-2 at home, and Braves has that 22 connection as well, which plays with them. So that makes that a little bit dicey, what I just said. Yeah, I might throw out that thought. Sometimes you got to think a little bit longer before you talk. Okay, Kyle writes 0-5. Whoa, that's not encouraging. 0-5. He's looking for that first win. 0-5. Now, if he did win today, he would be 1-5. That's an Atlanta number. Atlanta 15. He'd get his first win today. And let's see about old Pablo Lopez. Eight and 13. 8-13. 8-13. I'm trying to think. Again, today's date numerology. Let me say today's date numerology one more time out loud. We got 17 date numerology, 26 and 62. 17, 26, 62, and our lesser methods, 42. Where are they going with this one? Let me check the ballpark on the Marlins. Marlins Park, 75. Nope, can't get there. Yeah, I'm not crazy about this game. If the Marlins won, they would hit another Catholic number today. They went through 7-1, now they're 8-4, Catholic 71, Jesuits 84, Roman Catholic Churches 94. Ugh. Yeah, if the Braves lost today, I was overlooking that. If the Braves lost today, they'd be 4-8. That's an Atlanta number. Atlanta's 48. But honestly, you guys, I don't think I'm going to be comfortable with that game. I'll tell you what I would be comfortable with. If the Marlins won today, I would suspect that they would lose tomorrow. I would suspect that. And if the Braves win 1 out of the next 3, they would be 5-9 away, which is a Miami Marlins number, and it's the reflection of 95. The reason I'd be comfortable with the Braves tomorrow if they lost today is because then that 9-5 thing would happen, and you wouldn't have to worry about the 67 here. Because I think 95 is going to smash all year in baseball. Again, it's not going to come through everywhere, but I think it's going to come through more often than not. And again, the reason why is because of the first game of the season. Fauci threw out the opening pitch. Fauci equals 95. He has 95 birth numerology. Garrett Cole was signed by the Yankees on his 95th day of his age. He got his 95th career win in his debut with the Yankees, and that's what the Jesuits are really all about. They were created to counter the 95 Theses written by Martin Luther, and they were recognized by Rome on the day, leaving 95 days left in the year. And that's also why the Event 201 coronavirus outbreak simulation happened the same day that the military world games began in Wuhan, China, which started in Rome in 95. So if the Marlins win today, I like them to lose tomorrow. But I'm not so sure about today. I'm just not so sure about today. All right, Orioles. For the gentleman who called in the other day that said he'd been smashing 11-7, it didn't go well for him that day. That's okay, because some days it's like that. But there is an 11-7 on the board, and then again, that's a big major league number. Major League Baseball 117. Let's see. We know the Orioles play well on Sunday. They don't win every Sunday. The Orioles would have to win 3 in a row right here to hit it. Man, that would be something if the Orioles won 3 in a row, because then they'd be 13-7 in Washington, D.C. The game's not in Washington, D.C., but again, they're playing the D.C. team not far away. If they won 3 in a row, they'd be 13-7. Washington, D.C. 137, and 137 is the 33rd prime, and Nationals is 33. That would end up making the Nationals 4-5 away. That'd be something else if they did it. This must be Strasburg's debut. Did Strasburg already pitch this year? He does have an ERA. It might not. I don't know if he had a start yet, though, this year. Well, Strasburg's on 58 career losses. Big Baltimore number there. Could stay on it. It is his first start this year. He had an appearance, 4.1 innings, gave up 5 runs. Ooh, let's see Malone. Actually, I want to see how many days it is from Strasburg's birthday, since he's a big star and he's making his debut this year. His debut start, I should say. July 20th. Huh, he's born on the 201st day of the year. Appreciate that more this season. Okay, so, well, July 20th, 11... So today's 25 days later, or his 26th day of his age. I'll tell you what, if the Orioles do win today and tomorrow, I will really like them Sunday, because they already play well on Sunday, and that 13-7 would make a lot of sense. The ballpark that we're in today has a 113 connection. And we did just see that Strasburg could get his 113th career win. So if the Orioles lost, it would bust up that 13-7 thing. Not sure we're going to find one here. I'm not crazy about that one. The 117 is there. It could be the Orioles' year. Again, just because of the whole coronavirus thing. One of the most important institutions in the nation to the coronavirus is Johns Hopkins out of Baltimore. So I don't see a strong enough clue to feel good about today's game, but I just wonder if the Orioles could put it on the Nationals. Let me make sure they are playing a 3-game series. But if they would, it would be symbolic, that 13-7 record. That's a big Washington, D.C. number, 137. Anthony Fauci's also 137 since he threw out the first pitch. He has all sorts of connections with Johns Hopkins. All right, they play Saturday. They must play Sunday, too. They're not going to start a new series on Sunday. Let me check out Scherzer's stats real quick, since he's supposed to pitch Sunday. See if he's got a big clue for us. Not really. The other thing about the Orioles, if they did go 13-7, is they would do it on Sunday. 137, the 33rd prime. Sunday is the only day of the week that equals 33. So there's a chance. There's a chance the Orioles could sweep the Nationals. There is a chance. Again, if they win today and tomorrow, I think it'll happen. I think they'll put the cap on that on Sunday. They'd be a nice payout today. They're dogs, but I'm just not sure. There's not a great enough clue today to give me enough confidence. Okay, the Royals and the Twins. Twins are definitely one of our teams that can get to 14-7. And again, I'm hoping only either them or the Yankees do it. I don't want to see them both do it because then I'll still be torn on who's the team there. But remember, Sunday we're going to learn something this Sunday. The Negro League tribute. Again, George Floyd. You know what? If the Twins win 3 in a row, they'd do a 15-7, like a 157, a Kobe Bryant number. And they'd be 10-1 at home, kind of like Kobe in Philly, crashed along Highway 101. You have to remember the Lakers are originally from Minneapolis. Let me see. They didn't play yesterday, did they? No. Okay, so this has got to be through Sunday here. That could happen. If the Twins are the only team that hits 14-7 between them and the Yankees, and they do the 15-7 thing, they're going to become my favorite in the AL. Because right now I'm just so torn on who faces the Dodgers. Is it the Twins or the Yankees? Because it would just make too much sense. The Lakers, Minneapolis. Remember when Kobe passed Jordan, he did it against the Timberwolves from Minneapolis, original home of the Lakers. So on Sunday, the Negro League tribute, Negro 59, Black Mamba 59, helicopter accident in the 157 ritual. It could all come together this Sunday if the Twins win 3 against the Royals. So I'm just thinking about the Royals would become 8-14, and if I'm not mistaken, Kansas City has that one. Yes, they do. Kansas City's got that 148 connection. So if they lose 3 in a row, they're 8-14, which is like the reflection. So it's looking very probable to me that the Twins do this. That they do this, and just thinking more about the records. Yeah, we can check the pitchers for today. Jake Odorizzi. He comes in with the 62 wins, 55 losses. Did the Royals have that 63 connection? They got a 36 connection, the reflection. Comes in with the 62 wins in That's funny that his record's 62 and 55. You just can't get any more Minneapolis than that. Minneapolis is 62 and 55. And the Royals, Jacob Junis. Let's see. $27-29. 30th loss. I don't think that really goes with our numbers, but I'm just writing this for the World Series narrative. Hey, you know what else would make sense about this with the Twins going 14-7, you guys? Police equals 147 in Jewish gematria. And then remember, Minneapolis is the 612 area code. Right after remember it went like this. It was Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia. Then it was George Floyd in Minneapolis in the 612. And then on June 12th, it was it was Rashard Brooks in Georgia. See what they did? Georgia. And then the 612, and in Sumerian gematria, it's actually reverse Sumerian gematria. Police is 612. But when Rashard Brooks was killed, it was I think it was the mayor, Mayor Bottoms. I'm pretty sure it was her 147th day of her age. So if it wasn't him, it was the governor. One of them it must have been Marion Bottoms. But they had a 147-612 with that Rashard Brooks. And again, this is part of the reason I have Atlanta in the NL pennant against the Dodgers, plus the native symbolism to go with the Chiefs thing. So again, just in case you guys are wondering why I picked those 4 teams, just to repeat why. But 147 is a big police number too. And since this is all about George Floyd and Black Lives Matter and the police and all this, I'm taking the Twins to get to at least 14-7 and very likely 15-7 this Sunday, factoring in with the whole Kobe thing. So I'm taking the Twins. I don't even care about the other numbers. And again, we saw if the Royals lose 3 in a row, their record actually does make a lot of sense to be 8-14. So I'm taking the Twins all the way there. Brewers and Cubbies. I gotta get my ballpark numbers in my head too. Remember all the targets got trashed. They destroyed all the targets after the George Floyd thing. All right, Cubs Brewers. I'm trying to see if I got any numbers here. Where are we going from 8-1? Do the Brewers have an 82 connection? Chicago, Illinois 82. Cubbies are 8-1 at home. Milwaukee Brewers does have that 82 connection. Now, do the Cubs have a 55 connection? Milwaukee's 55. No. Wisconsin's 55. Chicago Cubs does have the 55 with the S. I gotta look at the pictures here. Brandon Woodruff. Brandon Woodruff could get a Jesuit tribute with a win today. He'd be 18-7. That's kind of like a Society of Jesus 187. Wow. Milwaukee's the favorite today? Okay. That doesn't really make any sense, does it? What's this? I guess the pitcher's pretty good. He's 17-7 as a starter. Okay, never mind. I mean, 17-7 is a pretty dominant base pitching record. Okay, so that's why they're all right. What's Chatwood got going on? Well, I see a big Jesuit tribute there with old Woodruff becoming 18-7. Cubs is 18 if you use the rule with S. Cubs pitchers 51-56. I don't think that goes with the Brewers numbers. Yeah. Well, best thing I could say going there is the 8-2 thing for the Cubs at home, because Chicago, Illinois is 82. Milwaukee Brewers has the 82 connection. And then just Woodruff getting that Jesuit tribute. So they are slight favorites. Wrigley Field 135. You know, if the Cubs drop 2 in a row, if they lost today and tomorrow, they would be 13-5. These baseball field gematria definitely matter. So 13-5, that could happen. Maybe the Brewers pull out 2 here. And let me see. Do they have anybody got a 74 connection? No 74. Brewers got a decent riddle today. It's decent. It's hard to go against a team that's 8-1 at home, though, right? I mean, that's like, do I want to go against a team that's dominating at home? They're bound to lose sometime. Oh, hold on, you guys. Hold on. Red flag. I'm coming off this game. I'm leaving this game alone. Chicago Cubs is 91 and Chicago's 143. I just remember they did that big 143 thing with R. Kelly when they were harassing him. So Cubs record could be just like their team. Yeah, I gotta let that one go. No, I'm leaving it alone. Cubs record would be all Cubbies if they were 14-3 and 9-1 at home. So, but again, just like the other things we talked about, so it's dangerous. Leaving it alone. We've already seen enough decent baseball riddles today that you should win some money, so let's not get greedy. Okay, Rockies and the Rangers. Now, Rangers in 74 plays really well. I see the Rockies are dogs, so there's a 74 riddle right here if the Rockies win. They're 7-4 at home. Texas Rangers 74. Rockies can get to 7-4 at home. Whoops. Okay, so Texas Rangers. Make sure I'm not missing any other numbers there. Okay. The Rockies ballpark. We got any ballpark numbers? They can get the reflection with a win or a loss. So that doesn't help us. But that I just know Rangers in 74 is normally a good one, and there it is again. And I should have wrote it the other day too. It was right there, and then the score ended up even being 7-4. So let's check the pitchers real quick. Lance Lynn. Number 62 pitching on the 62-date numerology. And he's 168. Texas, he's 18-11. In light of the Rockies having this 56 connection to their field, you know, they're obviously playing very well to start this year. It could be a really good year for them. Let me check this other guy out. I don't really see anything too crucial with Lynn's stats. Castellani, there he is. Yeah, I never heard of this guy before. His first start, he went 4 innings, didn't give up a run, only 1 walk, no hits. Not a bad debut. Not a bad day. All right, let's see if he can get it. Here, I got to check his birthday. Hold on. Let's see. Is today the day he gets his first win? April 1st. April 1st. 135 days or a span of 136. So it's his 136th day of his age, and his team can become 13-6. Not bad. Not bad. But again, the thing that I just know that's so good, the Rangers in 74 is a very good pattern, so I'm going to take the Rockies to get to 7-4 at home. Since they're dogs, they have some value too. They got some value. On the 136th day of the new guy's age, his team can become 13-6. Those are prime numbers as well, 13 the 6th prime. And by the way, 7's the 4th prime, so you get a double prime thing going as well. And let's think a little bit deeper. Where could this series be going from there? Where are we going from there? Well, maybe my answer is not going to come to me as easy as I wanted it to. Okay, well, I like the Rockies today. 7-4 in Rangers. It's a good one. All right. Astros and the Mariners. Now, I know the Astros have a 56 connection. I see if the Mariners upset today, they'd be 5-6, but you know how I feel about the Mariners. The Mariners have a 56 connection. Oh, you know what the Astros 56 connection was? It was that they won the World Series in their 56th season. And that was the year of the hurricane, and of course Hurricanes 56. So it's the Mariners that have the 5-6. The Astros don't really have it in their Gematria, but they have it in their team history, winning their only World Series in their 56th season. All right, Kikuchi. He's 6-12. If he lost, he'd be 6-13. Let me see Valdez. Is it Framber? Yeah. 65. He's 8-10 and his team's 8-10. Mariners got a 109 connection. They got a 119 connection. Where are we going here? Where is this series going? If they split the first two, they'd be 6-5 on their home field. If they won 3 straight, they'd be 8-4, and Houston Astros is 84. Yeah, it's also 75 if they won 2 out of 3. Houston's a big favorite. I don't trust the Mariners to upset. If you want to put together a small if you're trying to do like a dollar parlay tonight or something with a bunch of upsets, maybe you could throw the Mariners in there for that 5 and 6 thing. But you know how I feel about the Mariners, and yeah, I don't see any really great riddle there. So if the Astros won 2 out of 3, that 75 historically has been a good number for that team. So they win 2 out of 3, they're 7-5 at home. Could be right. Okay. Padres and the D-backs. Okay, let me see. Arizona. Diamondbacks is 75. Arizona's 84. Padres would have to win 2 in a row to become 7-5 against the Diamondbacks. It's a possibility. And the ballpark matching up with anything. Diamondbacks would have to win 2 in a row to hit their ballpark number. Or they'd have to split actually to be 4-5. Okay, Lamet, Kelly. Let's see. Lamet, number 64 on the mound, 12-13. He comes in. Let's see, Kelly. Merrill Kelly. I'm not crazy about this one. If the Padres did win, they would be 6-5 away, though. That is a good number with the Padres, 65. We just had that one with the Dodgers series. I guess it's probably the most standout number. If the Padres won tonight, they're 6-5 away, but I can't say that this is my favorite game of the day just because there's not a whole lot going on there. But if they did win 2 in a row, that 75 sure did play a lot with the Diamondbacks last year. And just making sure I'm not missing anything. It's not in San Diego. 6-5 away might be the best clue here. San Diego's the favorite too, huh? So they win 2, they get that 7-5. I just know that played a lot with the Diamondbacks last year. All right, so Dodgers. I'm taking the Dodgers to get to 14-7. World Series tribute. I think the Dodgers are 82 if you use the rule with S. No, I'm tripping. It's 100. 82. If the Dodgers won 3 in a row, they'd be... that could actually make a lot of sense, actually. If the Dodgers win 3 in a row, they're 16-7, right? And Los Angeles Angels is 167, and 167 is the 39th prime, and Angel the singular's 39, like how Mike Trout signed through the age of 39 with the Dodgers. And you know what else there's an ugly thing here too if they win 3 in a row. In light of the Minneapolis killing of George Perry Floyd and LA and Minneapolis having the sports connection through the Lakers. Remember, George Perry Floyd, his full name is 102. The American Civil War began on the 102nd day of the year. Slavery's 102. The N-words also. You see how slavery's 102, 30, 42? Watch the N-word. 30, 42, 102. Remember the Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury fight earlier this year, the 30-42 thing? So, and remember, this Sunday is the Negro League tribute, right? So, for them to do this N tribute, if you will, this 102 thing, I think I'm taking the Dodgers to put it on the Angels here and win 3 straight. Just to throw out the devil's advocate narrative, the only thing I could see going sideways about this is the Dodgers becoming 7-3 because that number does play a lot with them. Los Angeles Dodgers 73. But again, I think we're hitting the World Series tribute here. And you know what? They win 2 in a row. They're 15-7. Kobe Bryant 157, dead on his 157th day of his age. By the way, 157 is the 37th prime. Los Angeles 37. We got a Los Angeles series going here. They dumped the Angels 2 times in a row. The Angels are 7-14, like 14-7 in reverse, our World Series number. And if they dump them 3 times in a row, they're 7-15. And again, that'd be like Kobe as well in this LA series. So the 7-3 is your only risk tonight. Kind of weird the Dodgers aren't a bigger favorite. But here, let me check the pitchers too. Let me check the pictures. Has Kershaw worn the number 54 before this? When did he start wearing 54? Okay, his next win is 171, the 18th triangular number, baseball 18. If he does get that 171st win tonight, remember that. Connects with baseball and the Jesuits, IHS, this World Series tribute. Sandoval. Number 43. Never got a win. Not very encouraging there with no wins. Okay. Yeah, I got to take the Dodgers. The only thing that makes me nervous is the 7-3, but it doesn't make me that nervous because, again, I feel like we're getting the World Series. And again, the fact that they can do that 10-2 thing on the Negro Remembrance Day, it's just like, God, it's gross. It is so gross. Let me see how many days that is for Mookie Betts' birthday, by the way, since we just saw that perfectly structured riddle with him the other day. Oh, shit. I don't know how to go sideways. Oh. Well, that made me go sideways. I didn't even mean to do that. I have a different setup today. I've never used this thing before. It's different. I'm not crazy about the mouse. October 7th, 2019 to today. Whoops. Well, today's his 313th day of his age, the 65th prime. Sunday's the 16th, right? It's going to be pi. 314 days after his birthday. It would also be his 45th week of his age. I'm not sure about all that. Major League's 45. Yeah, I'm taking the Dodgers to win 3 straight. And if the Dodgers lost today, I'd take them to win the next 2. I don't think they will lose, though. I think that World Series thing's coming through. Let's check something else, too. 2020 World Series start date. I believe it's October 22nd. But I just want to see how many days it is from today to the planned start of the World Series, because we might have a nice... Let's see. Are we getting a World Series? Is it giving it to me here? I want to see if today's synced up with the start date of the World Series, just for our future analysis here. I'm pretty sure it's October 22nd. Okay, it is. Oh shit, no, that was last year. Damn it. Oh, October 23rd. October 23rd. The World Series is set to begin October 23rd. Remember, the season ends on the Jesuit birthday, September 27th. Okay, October 23rd. So October 23rd, 2020. Today. 70 days. Okay, 70 is kind of interesting because Vatican 70, Francis is 70, Paris, France is 70, where the Jesuits were formed. It would also be a span of 71 days, the 20th prime, 2020, Catholic 20. The Negro League tribute's going to be 68 days before, and it just makes me think of MLK killed in 68. I don't think the Dodgers or the Angels have a 70 connection, do they? Dodgers, Angels. Okay. I got to take the Dodgers in the World Series riddle, though. Got to do it. And if the Dodgers don't win tonight, don't sweat it. They're going to be the team in the NL. They already did the 11-6 thing, but very good chance they win 3 straight. They win tonight, I'm green lighting them for winning 3 straight. It just makes too much sense, especially the 10-2 thing on Sunday. So that the only percentage part of me that's doubting is just the 7-3 thing, because again, that's just numbers just big with the Dodgers. But I'm pretty sure they're going 16-7 and 10-2 here. Okay, Athletics, Giants. Now the Athletics are 13-6. Isn't that a number for them? Oh, we did like them getting that 13th win over LA. They got that done. The Giants are playing at home on a Friday. The Giants do like to play ball on Friday at home. Big concern though about tonight is if they lose, they're 3-4 at home. Athletics is 34 in the most pure cipher. Giants is 34 with the rule with S. Athletics with the rule with S is 43 though. But yeah, Giants historically have played well at home on Fridays. Doesn't mean they win every time, but it's not quite as good as the Orioles on Sunday. All right, Frankie Montas, 17-10. Oakland's a big favorite, 17-10. We got the 17-8 numerology today. And let me just double check I'm not. Ah, man, if the Athletics win, they're 14-6. You see that? They're 14-6. Athletics 146. So that's danger. And the Giants. Does that go with anything? Giants. Well, we just saw that the Athletics have a halfway decent riddle there to get it done. I didn't check Cueto's stats. $127-87. Oh, you know what? One thing I've been sleeping on today, you guys. I said it earlier, but I've been. Today's the 227th day of the year, which is the 49th prime, and I just want to go back real quick and scan and just see if I was missing any 49, 49 type things. Didn't we see that the Clippers could get their 49th win today? Phillies could become 4-9 today. Hold on. That 227 and 49 is a good prime number relationship. So I don't want to overlook those. I guess the only game where it was with Philadelphia, and Revelation's 49. Philadelphia gets its name from Revelation. Okay. Hold on, let me just go back. I think the Clippers could get their 49th win today. Yeah, it looks like the Nuggets are going to stay on 46, you guys. That's what I was saying, man. That Raptors in 46 just keeps showing up. And with the Raptors getting that 53rd win, Los Angeles is 53. Again, the 26th home on the 26th date. And if this is Nick Nurse's, I hope if the Raptors don't score another point, pay attention to that as well, because LeBron James is 114. And remember, King James is 619, the 114th prime. Okay. Yeah, the Clippers can get their 49th win today. Okay, let me come back and finish up baseball. All right, so we saw Athletics can get to 14-6. Athletics is 146. That's the biggest clue in that game. If you want to rock with a riddle like that, I mean, by all means, you can go for it. They are the big favorite, so it's just my only concern is the Giants do play well at home on Friday nights, so that's the concern. And I guess that's it for games. So here, let's review what we said, and then I'll open up the phone lines. I know we're doing a long live stream today. We had a lot to talk about. We had some great futures analysis. So the Blue Jays today, they're dogs at home. If they win today, they're 7-9. Tampa Bay 79. They'd be 2-3 at home. Blue Jays 23, historically a good number with the Blue Jays 23. That jumps. I'm torn on what happens next, because if the Rays lost today, there'd be a chance they could fall to 4-7 tomorrow, which is a Tampa Bay number. But again, the number that comes through a lot for Tampa Bay is 25. So if the Rays won 2 out of 3, the Blue Jays would be 2-5 at home. But Blue Jays have some value. The word of caution would be Boston just had a 79 riddle against the Blue Jays the other day, and it didn't come through, but we saw what that was really about. That's because they synced that up with the NFL and the Super Bowl and Tom Brady and Tampa Bay and Boston. You know, you just went from Boston to Tampa Bay. So Blue Jays have numbers here to beat Tampa Bay today. And we're going to do a live stream Sunday, so it won't really matter. But say Sunday morning we get on here and the Blue Jays are 2-4. They're definitely, I shouldn't say definitely, but they'll very likely fall to 2-5 against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, big number with them, 25, just like they put up 25 runs yesterday. Red Sox and Yankees, I'm taking the Yankees to get to 7-1 at home. I called that at the start of the year, that I think they get the big Catholic 71 tribute, 71 the 20th prime 2020. Problem is the Yankees are monster favorites, so they don't pay anything. And I know there was something I said earlier about why you might want to try the Red Sox on a really small parlay card as a huge multiplier. I don't think it's going to happen, but I wouldn't bet more than $5 on a parlay with the Red Sox on it because they're probably not winning. What the hell did I say earlier? It must have been their pitcher, Colton Brewer. There was something I saw was something, and I was like, well, I guess they got... Oh, it was Brewer can become 3-2 and Boston's 32. So, it's probably not going to happen, though. This guy can become 3-2, Boston 32. So I'm not going against my initial thought, but then again, is there even? I wouldn't even mess with the Yankees game today because they'll probably win. It pays nothing. You wouldn't want to mess up your parlay. This would hardly do anything for your parlay. That's why if you want to try out the Red Sox on a really small, just because they're the biggest parlay multiplier of the day, that would be the reason. And if you did see the Yankees lose today, well, I'll save that thought. Again, I don't want to see the Yankees and Twins both become 14-7, but they might. So we'll have to see. We'll see. All right, the Mets and the Phillies. If the Phillies lose today, they're 4-9 at home. 227th day of the year, 49th prime. Revelation 49. I don't remember this pitcher's stats. And we don't have the guy he's pitching against, so. 0-1. Whoops. Again, that Phillies 45's been playing. They do have the 5-4 connection with the S. Yeah, I'd let that one go today. Pirates got some value today. The Pirates very well could upset the Reds. And again, what stood out to me is that if the Pirates win 2, they get to 4-7 away. Pirates 47, Ohio 47. You know, Ohio in 47 shows up a lot. The Reds are 4-7 at home. But then the other thing that really popped out for me was Chad Kuhl can get his 19th career win today, and Reds is 19. And the Pirates have a lot of value. And also the Reds ballpark equals 136. Great American Ballpark, 136. If the Pirates won 2 in a row, they'd be 6-13. Just imagine the other way around if they were 13-6, because it works out like that a lot with baseball. So their record could be like the ballpark. And if the Pirates do win today, you know, double check the pitchers' records tomorrow and just see how things look. Make sure you don't have any big red flags with the pitcher records. But there is a chance here that the Pirates pull out too and upset the Reds, and we get some value in them. The Indians, I like them to win today and tomorrow. Rod likes them to win 3 days in a row, which is also very possible. If they do win just the progression. If they win today, they're 11-9. Indians is 119. The Tigers would fall to 4-7 at home. Indians is 47. Tigers would become 9-8. Detroit 98. So just a lot of things line up there with the Indians win today. If they win tomorrow, the Tigers fall to 4-8 at home, and Cleveland is 48. And then the reason for them to win 3 in a row would be so that the Indians are 13-9, like 139, the 34th prime. And consider this series starts today, the day leaving 139 days left in the year, so that could be a tell that the Indians are going to become 13-9. So, year of the Tiger, though, but I'll be surprised if the Indians don't win this game today. I mean, 1, 2, 3 things lining up. Usually when you have something like that, that's a really good sign. Devil's advocate narrative would be the 56 riddles this year. But, again, there's just a lot lining up there for the Indians. The Braves and the Marlins game, like I said, the Marlins have been getting those Catholic tributes. They could get another one with the win today, but I'm not crazy about it. Braves could become 5-7 away, which is a World Series related number. I expect them to be in the pennant and lose to the Dodgers in the NL pennant. But if the Marlins did win today, I would like the Braves tomorrow, because the Marlins would fall to 9-5 and Braves is 95. The trick is if the Braves won today, they'd have a chance to become 6-7 away, and that's another Braves number. But I expect to see more of that 95 with the Braves this year for the reasons we talked about earlier. So if the Marlins win today, I suspect they lose tomorrow to become 9-5. Again, if the Marlins lost today, I'm iffy about the 9-5 thing, because Marlins in 86 is a big number with them. So let's get this word off the screen. Marlins 86. So if you guys got here late, we had that word up on the screen because we were talking about what they're doing with the riddle with the Dodgers, it looks like, for Sunday when they memorized the Negro Leagues. So anyway, yeah, Marlins in 86 is a number that plays. So if the Braves won today, they could be on their way to 6-7, but that's just why it's dicey, because there's decent riddles on both sides. I'm wondering if the Orioles could put it on the Nationals. I'm not crazy about today's game, but if you see the Orioles win today to get to that 11-7 Major League Baseball thing, you know, if they do that, and notice they come in 10-7 against the Nationals. For you guys last year, I'm sure you remember how well 107 played with the Nationals last year. It was just lock city. If a pitcher came in 10-6, he was falling to 10-7. If he came in 9-7, he was becoming 10-7. It's because Washington Nationals is 107. But and again, a lot of times teams will come into a series with the record that corresponds with their opponent. But if the Orioles win 3 in a row, which is a big if, but if they do, they'll be 13-7 and Washington, D.C.'s 137. So And the 137 is the 33rd prime, and Nationals is 33. So Orioles play well on Sunday. If they win today and tomorrow, that's probably going to happen on Sunday, but we'll be here Sunday to talk about it. The Twins have a very, very good shot to get to 14-7, so I'm taking the Twins to win today. If they win today, I'm definitely giving them the green light for tomorrow. And remember, we saw that if the Royals lose three straight, they'll be 8-14, and Kansas City's 148. So flip that around. And this series does begin on August 14th, which could be another tell that they're going to end up being 8-14 by the end of the series. So, and the Twins winning 3 in a row is very probable, in my opinion. Very probable. So I'm taking the Twins. The Brewers and Cubs is very iffy. Chicago's 143. Chicago Cubs is 91. So if the Cubs win today, they got a record that makes a ton of sense in terms of their team name. The only thing is Woodruff could become 18-7. 187 is a big Jesuit number. And if the Cubs did lose, they'd be 8-2 at home. Milwaukee Brewers has the 82 connection. Chicago, Illinois has the 82 connection. So I'd play it safe with that one. I mean, that 14-3 and 9-1, man, it doesn't look half bad. But Brandon Woodruff, good pitcher, and he's got the Jesuit ritual there. So I'd play it cool with that one. Rockies, I like them to get to 7-4 at home. Texas Rangers in 74 is usually very strong, just like it came through Monday when we talked about it. And again, the score was 7-4 in that game as well. Mariners, I hate them. They have a chance at an upset just because both teams have a 56 connection. Mariners is 56. Houston Astros won the World Series in their 56th season. But again, if I'm betting on the Mariners tonight, which I would never do, but if I was doing it, it would just be in a small card with a parlay, trying to get that multiplier effect because they're pretty big dogs on the road at Houston. So, but I ultimately I don't like that game. Astros not a lot of value. Don't trust the Mariners. Padres tonight, if they become 6-5 away, San Diego Padres 65. That's the best riddle I see in that game. I always feel better when there's a little bit something more on the board. But if I had to play that game, I'd take the Padres for that reason. I don't really see anything lining up with the Diamondbacks other than they can become 9-11. But as I say that out loud, I'm like, did the Diamondbacks have a connection to 9-11? I guess they were in the World Series after 9-11 against the Yankees. That was the World Series that got delayed because of 9-11. But I don't know if that's going to have any weight today. So I'd probably just leave that game alone. I'd probably just leave it alone. Padres, if they do win today, though, good chance they become 7-5 because the Diamondbacks got the 75 connection. That number showed up a lot with them last year. And hold on. Do the Padres have a 36 connection too? Yes, they do. Well, if the Diamondbacks lost 2 in a row, they would be 3-6 at home against the Padres, and then that would get the that would make the 75 thing happen with. So the Padres would get to 7-5, and they become 3-6. So yeah, it's still not my favorite game of the day, but if I had to play it, I think I'd favor the Padres, but I'd probably just let it go. Dodgers, again, today they win, they get that World Series tribute, and if the Dodgers do win today, I would take them to win Saturday and Sunday as well because it just makes too much sense. Again, the 10-2 on the Negro Day, with that being a big George Perry Floyd. Again, if you got here late, Sunday they're honoring 100 years of the Negro Leagues. Slavery 102, the N-word 102, George Perry Floyd 102, just all this stuff going on. They'd be 16-7. Los Angeles Angels 167. So I got to assume that's where that's going. And the only caution I can give you is the Dodgers. If they lost tonight, they'd be 7-3 away. That's a number that plays a lot with the Dodgers, but I think it's more about this World Series tribute, 147, the 10-2 on the Negro Day, and how much sense the record would make if they were 16-7 against the Angels, because again, 167 is the 39th prime and Angels 39. And then in this Athletics-Giants game, again, the Gematria says Athletics, but I know to be careful when the Giants are playing at home on a Friday night because, if you're the kind of guy that likes to build several parlays and you do your math and you're like, okay, I just need one of these hit to have my payoff tonight, this is a kind of game you could consider getting on both sides of, because the Athletics have the Gematria riddle to win, which is just straightforward, but the Giants being dogs at home would be a nice parlay multiplier. So, again, there's some games that look good here today in baseball. You don't have to get greedy. And in the NBA, I wasn't really thrilled about anything today in the NBA. We were watching this Raptors-Nuggets game to see if Nick Nurse gets credit for the coaching start, because if he did, it was his 154th game, and King James's 154 and Toronto Raptors' 154. They ended up scoring a 3-point. Well, they added 3 more points. Maybe it was free throws. Who knows? Okay. But the 26 came through on the 26 date numerology. Nuggets stayed on 46, and that's what I kept talking about, is the Raptors in 46 just keep showing up in like every single game. So Nuggets stay on 46. The last game they had the assistant coach be the head coach at age 46. The other night it was another 46 thing. A couple days ago it was 199 points, the 46th prime. Again, that's a big King James related number. The finals this year were supposed to be on June 4th before the league got suspended. King James Bible, Psalm 46 is the most infamous psalm because the 46th word from the front shake and the 46th word from the back is spear. And a lot of people contend that Francis Bacon, who edited it, was really who Shakespeare is. LeBron can get to 4 and 6 as finals. He could do it against the Raptors that equals 46. And that's what I said 2 years ago. I said Raptors equals 35 and 46. King James equals 35. 2 years ago, I said he'll play Kawhi Leonard in this year's finals. Well, what's wrong is obviously Kawhi's gone. But I thought it would be the perfect team for him to become 4 and 6 against. And it could still happen. It's just Kawhi's missing. So This is very interesting, though, that the Raptors conclude their season, keeping the Nuggets on 46. They get the 53rd win, Los Angeles 53. So I'm going to be doing a lot of thinking, you guys. I'm struggling because I thought we had it for sure at the beginning of the year with Lakers and Bucks. It still could be that before the teams ran away with the league. They just had these perfect riddles at the start of the season. But the Raptors thing is back alive. So okay, Heat and Pacers. Again, I'm not crazy about this game tonight. We did see, though, that if the Pacers won, they would be 6-2 in the bubble on the 62-date numerology, and Pacers equals 62. The reason I'm not crazy about it is because Miami equals 45. Either team can get the 45th win. Heat 16. If the Heat won, they'd be 45 and 16. So, and then we saw that the conference record is what was haunting for the Pacers. But I get burned so much with the conference record. Sometimes I'm like, I shouldn't even look at it. It's just they can get that 20th loss and stay on 27 wins, and Miami's 27 and Heat's 20. So I think I'm skipping. If I'm doing any NBA game tonight, I'm probably doing this Clippers game. Again, the reason I said if I'm doing any game tonight, the Clippers, it's because they can get the 49th win on the 227th day of the year. That's a number that shows up a lot with the LA teams because they play in the Staples Center, which equals 49. Obviously, they're not right now. But that 49 thing's there, and 27 and 9 is there. That's the Jesuit birthday, 27-9, September 27th. The baseball season ends this year. The regular season ends on September 27th. We feel like I'm very, very confident that the Dodgers are going to be in the World Series for the NL. So LA connection here with that as well. Baseball, basketball, football, it all ends up crossing. So my only concern about this game is the Clippers can't go up or down. They've already clinched their spot, and the Thunder are playing for something. So that's the kind of thing that would make you go, well, the Thunder are playing for something. The Clippers are probably chilling, so why not take the Thunder? But again, that's just like what they did with the Nuggets and Raptors game, and that's what I warned the caller about, is I said that's how they trap bettors, because you read the story that the Raptors are resting their whole team. The Nuggets didn't have anything to play for either, though. So, anyway, again, I'd stick with baseball today personally. And then this 76ers-Rockets game is very iffy because the number that shows up all the time with Houston is 31, and the 76ers can get the 31st loss. So that's what stands out first of all. But Rockets equals 44-28, and if they lose, they're 44-28. And then we saw that if the Rockets lost and the 76ers won, both teams would be 4-4 in the bubble. And again, Rockets is 44. So I'm not crazy about the NBA by any stretch tonight. I think we'll get it rolling once the playoffs start here. And again, I think tonight might just be a day to watch for the old clues. So scores, riddles, outcomes. If the Thunder did lose, they would also get their 14th away loss. That is an LA number as well. LA for Florida 43, the 14th prime, finishing out and it's on the 14th, right? They get their 14th away loss on the 14th against LA 14. The better LA number is 13, but LA in 14 plays too. So, and again, in case you guys got here late, before I take the call, all right, hold on, I'm going to pick up the phone. PA, sit tight for one thing. I just want to remind people one more thing in case they got here late. I think this is the most important thing we talked about today. We were watching to see what was going to happen in this Boston-Tampa Bay series because of Tom Brady. Tom Brady, who went from Boston to Tampa Bay. So yesterday, Tampa Bay became 13-1 against Boston in their last 14 games in Boston. Super Bowl's 131. This game was 178 days before the Super Bowl, and the score was 17-8. And it was also a span of 179 days, and 179 is the 41st prime, and Super Bowl's also 41. So I think based on what happened here, I got to move right to the top of the stack. Tom Brady to be in the Super Bowl and probably win it. All right, what's up, Pennsylvania?
Yo, brother Zach, it's your boy Cousin Mar. All right, so LeBron Ramon James has the Gematria, one of the ciphers is 101, like Philadelphia, the 26 prime.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? My birthday, 14th, 1983, and that's his Gematria.
It cut out for a split second. Can you say that last part again?
I said my birthday is January 14th, 1983. Isn't that kind of ironic that it says Gematria?
Oh, 114. Okay, so you're filling it. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. Like I'm riding the Lakers. I'm actually riding his three-peat. But I think that the whole LeBron Ramon James thing and having the 101, and then with the Philadelphia Sixers having the 101, basically Houston lose almost like you're not the real king, I'm the king tribute Philadelphia type thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's all I had to say about that, but I just wanted to, I didn't know if you knew that LeBron Ramon James had the 101 in his name and all of that shit, so. Oh, hold on. Yo, so this golfer, this dude, damn, he's from Switzerland. He in his name, the Gematria is 116 and 100.
Well, I mean, those are our numbers in baseball. I don't know if they're translating to this week's golf tournament, but I hear what you're saying.
I just thought it was kind of funny. I wasn't.
You know what? You might want to look at that. You might actually want to look at that because the tournament will end this Sunday when they're doing the Negro League tribute. So maybe if there ever was a week that was going to play in golf, what's the name of the golf tournament this week?
The Wyndham Championship.
Wyndham.
The 81st Wyndham Championship.
Are they a mortgage company, Wyndham, or hotels? What are they?
I think they hotels, I believe.
Hotels. Okay. Well, just because they do some cross-sport riddles, and just because the tournament will end on the day baseball's doing the Negro League, maybe I'd keep an eye on that guy.
Yeah, and he's from Switzerland, and I thought Knights Templar, all of that good shit. Wouldn't that be a funny, smack in the face, like nobody expected? Well, he was what was he? He was tied for Corona. I think he was tied 44th or something like that.
Okay. For people who didn't hear, we're going to do a live stream Sunday morning. I'm going to start earlier than normal. But they're celebrating 100 years of the Negro Leagues this Sunday in baseball. And remember, African Americans 116, 100. This year's the year of the 116th World Series.
Yes. But all right, brother Zach, thanks for taking my call, man. And good work on everything. And freaking Nets losing by one last night.
Well, I hope you took the Blazers, man, because Portland in 37 doesn't fail, and the Blazers gave the Nets their 37th loss. That's the Portland number 37 right there. So.
Yeah, no, I was just hoping because I just really wanted the Suns, you know what I mean? I was like, come on, man, I want these dudes to lose, man, because I really wanted Booker and the boys to go. I can't stand Damian Lillard for some reason. It's just me personally, so.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right, man, I appreciate it. All right, take care, man. All right, see you.
All right.
Caller?
Yeah, so you guys were talking about the Buccaneers, and I want to bring up a parallel.
Okay.
So, 2002, John Gruden gets traded from the Raiders to the Buccaneers.
Right.
His old team in the Super Bowl.
And now he's back on the Raiders, right?
Yeah, and I want to bring up, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but how it could connect to my whole 27 thing with the Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay Lightning are in their 27th playing year. It's their 28th season, but there was no 04-05 season.
All right, hold on. Are you the man who gave us the tip about Dallas in 27?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and this year for baseball, I think it's all about the Twins because there's 60 games. Minnesota Twins equals 60, and it makes too much sense for the World Series to be Twins and Dodgers with the whole Kobe thing, the whole Steven Jackson, he's my twin thing. So yeah, I think that's how it's gonna be. But yeah, I look out for that Stanley Cup Final, Stars and Lightning.
Stars and Lightning. So no Canada again? Canada gets dumped again?
Well, there's not even really a good Canadian team, honestly.
Are they all out? I know Toronto got eliminated. Anybody else? Is there any Canada team?
No, there's still there's Calgary and there's Montreal.
Okay. I'm like, what are they doing with Canada? Why is Canada having to wait 1,000 years to go back and win a Stanley Cup? Okay.
I don't know, but like there hasn't been a strong Canadian team in a long time. Like they make the playoffs, but no one believes they're going to win a Stanley Cup. That's that sort of thing.
I see.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's the 102nd Stanley Cup, the whole Montreal Canadiens, but I think that's just I think that number's just there to have them in the playoffs, not really for a Stanley Cup.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I look out for that Stanley Cup final, Dallas and Lightning, and that'll push the Tampa Bay Buccaneers narrative even more. Another thing you said about that, if the Buccaneers beat the Vikings in the NFC Championship with the whole Aryan thing, the Vikings are like the most cursed team when it comes to contention because they're always a good team, but then there's always that one team that's better than them, and then they get their ass whooped in the NFC Championship. Wouldn't it be something if the Twins win the World Series and then it looks like the Vikings, they're going to do it, they're going to break the curse for George Floyd and Tom Brady, of all people, Bruce Arians, of all people, the Arian thing.
Right. Right.
Continue that curse.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And
Good.
I'm thinking if the Buccaneers do go to the Super Bowl, I'm thinking not only do they beat the Vikings, but the 49ers. It would be poetic, wouldn't it?
Well, again, I really, before Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, I really felt good about the 49ers winning the Super Bowl this year because, again, they could have become 6-2, and the Buccaneers have the double connection to 62, and the guy who runs the 49ers now is John Lynch, who was a big star with Tampa Bay, and 49ers is 55 and Super Bowl 55. I mean, I thought that 49ers thing was pretty much in the bag before Brady went to the Bucs, but so.
Another thing to think about, so the Super Bowl is on the 7th of February. That day was also the date of the Panthers Super Bowl against the Broncos.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also, the Vikings' old quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater, he's on the Panthers now. So,
Interesting.
Web of connections there.
Yeah, Panthers is 38 and Minnesota's 38. So.
Yeah. All right, so that's what I got.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
All right, take care. Okay, so the Bucks Raiders Super Bowl, which was asked about earlier, that was 18 years ago. I remember that. God, that makes me feel old, man. Like, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. I was in college. 18. So 18's an IHS thing. I'm just trying to think about if 18 would factor in February 7th, 2021. What kind of date numerology is that? 5. Hold on. February 7th, 9. 14 date numerology. Well, 18 years ago is the answer to that question. Caller? Oh, hold on. I got to tune you up. You're quiet. Hold on. All right, let's try that again. What's up, man?
How you doing, Zach?
Doing well. How are you?
Hey, thank you for your help, man.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome.
The Dodgers, man, you probably noticed, the Dodgers number 7 was on the mound last night, number 7 pitcher.
Okay.
And, the Dodgers stay on 7.
You still there?
Yeah.
Okay. The Dodgers stayed on 7 last night with 7 on the mound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the pitcher for the Dodgers on the 7, yeah.
They were golden to win last night because, again, they became 13-7 and San Diego Padres is 137, and they became 6-5 at home, and San Diego Padres is 65. So, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I went big on that game.
Nice. Congrats.
And let's see what else. Let's see what else. Hey, I don't know. You just tickling me dumb now, man. You getting more smarter, man. You're getting more smarter, and you make us more smarter too.
I'm getting better at this because I'm learning more about their riddles as time goes on. So.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. My little cousin, he in the 3rd grade. He said he want to learn too.
That's the perfect age. That's the perfect age right there. 3rd grade. You're getting your math skills, your reading, writing skills. Yeah, perfect.
Hey, the reason I tell you this, remember you said in the past, you said a 1st grader can learn this stuff. 1st grader.
I think I normally say a 2nd grader, but a 1st grader could learn it. But second grade's real because 2nd grade you're getting your arithmetic down. I mean, this is right for 2nd grade.
But you know what? I tell a lot of people look at me and laugh at me. I told them the stuff, the sports stuff run by codes, right? The politics and Hollywood, all that is run by codes. And people look at me and laugh at me like I was a joke, man.
I know they do, but it's okay. Hey, if they don't want to learn about this, that's their loss. So they want to think they know it all? Too bad.
But you must have praise and saying this, so for me, the codes make you more intelligent, smart to me.
Of course it does.
Learn them codes.
Knowledge is power.
They want to say, but see, a lot of people don't like knowledge, though. They like to do what somebody's saying all the time. They don't care about knowledge.
They sure don't. They like entertainment. They like good-looking women. They like fast cars. I know, man. People don't like knowledge.
But I'm going to hold you down, and let you know I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
We'll get better learning from you, man.
You're welcome. Keep it up, man. Appreciate your voice. All right, take care.
You, man.
All right, see you.
All right.
And by the way, there's nothing wrong with all those things I said people like. It's just they don't like knowledge. What's up, caller?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Zach, I was just calling in, man. I just wanted to thank you for for teaching us this knowledge. Man, it's been helping us out, not just in sports, but just in everyday life.
Well, you're welcome. That's the real reason I do it, is just so people can wake up to what's really going on in this world.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a lot of stuff that you talk about Chicago, and I was just listening to Mayor Lightfoot today. They had another looting incident this Sunday, and I noticed how she said that they made 42 arrests since looting.
It never ends, man. It never ends.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Exactly. But the only other thing I wanted to talk about is, man, what's going on with the Colorado Rockies, man? A couple of times, I know you have picked them to win. They haven't won. Just like on Wednesday, you had them to beat Arizona, and I had a 5-leg parlay. $20 would have paid me $1,000. And that was the one game.
Oh man, I'm sorry, man. I know because I got ahead of myself.
I was just trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, okay, so that game where I liked him, see, that's the mistake you can make because you're looking down the road and you're like, okay, if this happens today, it sets that up perfect for tomorrow, and then that didn't happen. It didn't get to that point that I thought it was going to happen just because 38 shows up so much in Colorado.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that
You're on the money.
say that again.
Everything else, the Rangers that Wednesday, the Clippers and the Raptors winning.
Uh-huh.
And all 4 of those games I got, it was just that damn Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I know, man. I thought it was going to make it to the 3-8, but that'll happen sometimes when you look down the road with baseball. You'll be like, okay, if this happens, it sets that up perfect, but then it doesn't get to that point, so then your whole theory's out the window. But that's how it is. It's just like we saw that Boston. If you were here, we saw that Boston Braves riddle, the Yankees sweeping, and I think it was the Braves sweeping. I mean, that came through. So sometimes you see it, and it does come through, and sometimes it's just not what you thought it was.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. I've won a couple of times, because that's why I said, hey man, you just keep doing what you're doing. This is probably the easiest way to get people over to the world side of what's really going on in the world, by showing them like, hey, this stuff is working in sports, and let me show you how it works in the real world, because that's how you caught my attention, was the sports. And then when you start talking about the real world, and I'm like, yo, I started to see what you were talking about in everyday news.
Right.
So yeah, the sports is definitely a way to get to reach people, to get them to pay attention to what they normally wouldn't pay attention if you tried to tell them about the government.
Indeed. And I mean, I know that's the truth, because there's a lot of people listening right now probably that are like, yeah, exactly. I used to think this was all bullshit until I realized, like, oh, whoa, this is happening. So
yeah. It's definitely a good way to reach people, is through the sports, and then expand from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, man.
Yeah. So yeah, keep up the good work, man. I appreciate you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, take care, man.
All right.
All right. It's 1:26 on the West Coast. Kobe time. Let's see. Let me check in with the chat. Nobody's calling. Seems 37 is the Buccaneers Super Bowl number. Hold on. Yeah, let's think about that. That Super Bowl was 18 years ago, so that was Super Bowl 37. Now that connects to the Patriots. Patriots 37. See, that's why I know you guys are giving me some ideas here, but man, I just feel like the ultimate, because there's all this race symbolism again, right? So it's obvious that it's just like the year that they were doing all the race symbolism. That's why I knew it was going to be the white Broncos over the Black Panthers, paying tribute to all sorts of things, including O.J. Simpson and his white Bronco chase, the football player, of course. And then the funny thing is, we were talking about that in October before we even knew they were putting out a new O.J. Simpson TV show that came out like right before the Super Bowl that started with the white Bronco chase. That's why it was just so comical that year. But it's going to be the same type of thing this year. What's up, Nebraska? Nebraska? Hello? 531? Hello? 531, call back. It is totally quiet for some reason. But the phone seems to be working good today, which is good news. It better, man. I had to go through hell to get this phone repaired. I almost got kicked out of the Apple store. It was ridiculous. Anyway. I'm going to stay on for a little bit longer. I mean, this is a long live stream. We've been on here 3.5 hours, but I'll take a few more calls. I'm reading the chat while I'm doing it. All right, he's calling back. Nebraska, can you hear me this time?
Yeah, I hear you now.
There we go. What's up, Nebraska?
Yeah, and I just seen that Toronto held on for that win. That's what I wanted to mention. And then I've been looking at NASCAR this whole entire Cup Series. I've been noticing a lot of Jesuit numbers coming in as far as like after races' birthday, so like 201 days after a racer's birthday or 172. A lot of these numbers are coming in, so I think those are some you might want to look at too, because it's quite simple. You find your Jesuit numbers and you see whose birthday lines up with what. Because earlier this season you had a guy Cole Custer won his first career race ever as a NASCAR professional driver. It was 172 days after his birthday, and then last week Kevin Harvick just did the sweep. I believe that was like 76 and 78, so 78 days after his birthday. Just those Jesuit numbers. You had a few races win 84 days after their birthday. This whole entire season, I've been cashing out here and there, but I'm trying to find, the real ones, the real long shots. Like Cole Custer, he was 200 to 1 odds when he won 172 days after his birthday, and then there's a racer, Ty Dillon, who has that same connection this coming up race. And also it's the 44th day. So I called a few months ago and I said, make sure you keep an eye out on this race, because you might have a tragedy on the race car. not like a big oval race this time. They're doing an actual road for it. So that kind of sets up a narrative for, like, you know, inexperienced, so you might have a few crashes here. So definitely keep an eye out for, you know, the kill date. But there's a guy, Ty Dillon, his birthday is 172 days before this race on the 16th. So I think he could be a long shot to at least place in the top 5. But I'm going to take him to win just to see what I can do.
Okay, yeah, good information. And yeah, for people out there who want to mess around with NASCAR, the riddles are similar. Like NASCAR returned from the coronavirus break on May 21st, which was the 142nd day of the year, and coronavirus is 142, like how the NBA was suspended on the 142nd day of the season. But the day of that race, May 21st, 521, that's the 98th prime number. And the 98 car won that day. And that guy's name, Chase David Wayne Briscoe, equals 98. And I think the racetrack was like Darlington Raceway. Whatever the racetrack was equaled 98 as well. So, I mean, just a perfect ritual for the number 98. And on the date, and also like 2 days before he won it, there was a story about how his child had just died. So I don't think it's too hard to see what really went on there. But again, there are riddles with baseball. And there's a gentleman out there, I don't think he's on my Patreon, but his channel is Dr. Savage 84. He doesn't really do sports, but he's been taking stabs at NASCAR, and he actually hit the NASCAR winner 3 weeks in a row looking for the Gematria riddles. So it can be done.
Yep. Like 2 weeks ago, Brad Keselowski, his birthday lined up perfectly. It was a Jesuit number. I can't remember the exact number, but I had him winning in one of my parlay, or one of my races, got me a few dollars. But yeah, these Jesuit numbers are showing up, and how many numbers would you say would you consider Jesuit numbers? Would you say like 48, 56?
48? No. 48, no Jesuit. No. 48 is not Jesuit. 84 is.
Okay.
But, okay, so just to go through your Gematria calculator. Jesuit order, and you even got to do it with the Jesuit order, because that's where you get that 201. I would know all those numbers. I would have that group. You should have 12 numbers there to pay attention to. Jesuit order, the Jesuit order, and then also pay attention to Society of Jesus, their other name. So I'd be aware of all those numbers right now, because they are popping up all over the place.
Okay.
So.
All right, Jesuit order, the Jesuit order, and Society of Jesus. All right, appreciated that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're welcome, man.
Yep.
All right, see it. Yeah, it can sound like a lot of numbers to keep track of, but the way because again, the thing is you're looking like how the numbers overlap, like how it comes to, like maybe it's 201 days from the guy's birthday and he can become 8 and 4. Okay, green light. That's happening. That's definitely happening. So again, you want to know those numbers and recognize where they come together in the ritual. And there's a lot right now in the news and in sports. It's just like I told people back when that 201 was hot, it still is. There was only one 201 jockey in that first horse race they ran. The 201 jockey won. So, know your Jesuit numbers right now. And probably know them always, because, again, they're the ones running the show. And we've been saying that for years. Pacers starting off 18-7. That's kind of like 187. Again, I'm mad that I didn't think of it sooner. I really should have thought of it sooner to pay attention to the records within the bubbles. Because if the Pacers win today, again, they're 6-2 in the bubble on the 62-date numerology. Pacers 62. They're off to a good start. That doesn't really mean anything. There's a lot of game left, but still a little bit dangerous. So, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? There's a couple things I want to hit you with.
Okay.
First with baseball. Somebody said that the Cleveland Indians have beat Detroit Tigers 17 straight times. Is that correct?
I think that is what somebody called in and said, and they could get the 18th straight win, and baseball's 18, right? And then if they win 3 straight, they'll get 20 straight, and it's 2020.
What about the day is August 14th?
Oh, so you're thinking like end the streak on the 14th?
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing I see for Detroit. That's the only thing I see for Detroit.
Well, that is a thought. The only other thing that's there for Detroit is that they can become 5-6 at home, because that's been showing up in a lot of games. But there's just so many numbers there for the Indians today. If you want to chill on today's game, because the Indians don't pay a lot, and if they win today, I mean, that riddle sounds good about them going for all those straight wins. because it lines up. And again, the Tigers lose today. They're 4-7 at home. Indians is 47. They're 9-8 overall. Detroit's 98. The Indians win today. They're 11-9. Indians 119. They lose tomorrow. They're 4-8 at home. Cleveland 48. I mean, those numbers come through. So.
All right, there's one more thing I was thinking. Since you like the Dodgers to the World Series, and you know how they like to mesh the weather and the sports together, like a hurricane. Like right now, I just love seeing it. I see the fires in Oregon and California right now, and the numbers that stick out in this story is 1,600 acres and 1,600. It keeps when at 116. I keep thinking about the you said the Negro League hundreds on Sunday.
Right, Sunday. Yeah, everyone's wearing a patch on Sunday, paying a tribute to 100 years since the Negro Leagues.
So in this article on CNN, they got 11,600 acres. Then it said about 1,160. So that's the 116. And then I'm thinking, and this fires, they talk about the fires now. So I guess that's gonna lead us to the weekend, to Sunday. So you think that might be a riddle with the Dodgers and stuff? Like the last time with Houston, that time with the floods and the fires in LA.
Right. Well, you saying that reminds me that it was like the Latuna Fires was the name of the LA Fires the year that they lost to the Astros after they got hit by Harvey, and that Latuna was a big 93 riddle. If the Dodgers won 2 out of 3 against the Angels, they'd be 9-3 at home. But it's not the Latuna Fires this time. But you just jogged my memory on that.
They call it the Lake Fire and the Ranch 2 Fires. That's what I'm reading on CNN right now.
The Lake Fire and what else?
And the Ranch 2 Fire. It said California, Oregon, and Colorado are battling a series of wildfires that have collectively torched 100,000 acres.
The Lake Fire makes me think of the Lakers. Are these fires? So the Lake Fires in California?
It said California, Oregon, and Colorado. They have the bad wildfires right now. And plus they had the news about the storm. They had the news about the storm in the news. I think that was last night or this morning about that tropical storm that might turn into a hurricane or whatever. You just see that they had stuff about some tropical storm.
I'll look into it. It's possible. It wouldn't be the first time that they set a fire to sync it up with sports. So, yeah.
I keep remembering how they did it with the Houston with the flooding, and then with the LA with the fires, and you matched it up so good. So I'm just expecting this year it probably going to be some riddle like that too.
It could be. It could be because hurricane equals 56, and that's been a huge number this year. 56, as everybody knows. So the Astros won the World Series that year in their 56th season. So it could be something like that again. Very similar. Yeah, that's a good point.
And one more thing. This is 2020, and we're thinking about all the unrest and looting and all this stuff. So I'm thinking of things like think about the Buccaneers. You think of looting, the Patriots, and you think about things like that.
Yeah, that is very true. Exactly. That is a really good point. Mm-hmm.
And plus the Vikings.
Exactly.
The Raiders. Teams like you look at teams like that. I just look at those type of teams this year. At least win the division.
For everybody thinking about the Raiders, do some research on Randall Cunningham because his child just died in a hot tub accident by some huge Jesuit numbers on June 30th, and then right after that he became the team chaplain of the Raiders. And again, he.
You know what might use that? Raiders might not get to a Super Bowl, but they might have a better season than what people expect.
Right. You're right. Las Vegas Raiders is 101, the 101st season, so.
So I expect the Vikings to have a good season, the Bucks to have a good season, go back to being the Patriots. All that makes sense in what's going on in 2020.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. All right, man, I appreciate it.
But one thing I want to say, nobody put Chiefs to go back to the Super Bowl, because the Chiefs is not going back to the Super Bowl today. Everybody will put their money on the Chiefs to go back to the Super Bowl, and that's how they go get them. So don't do that. Look at the Patriots first.
Yeah, the Cam Newton Tom Brady thing would just be such classic scripting. I mean, so I think they're gonna do it.
All right, Zach. I'll leave it at that.
All right, man. Appreciate it. See you.
Okay.
All right. Should we call it a show? 3 hours and 40 minutes? That's a pretty long show. And I'm going to do one on Sunday, too. So, yeah, let's leave it there, you guys. We had a lot of good information today. We're going to find out some World Series stuff, but I can't wait. I'm looking forward to Sunday's show. All right, one last call. And then we'll be back Sunday. What's up, caller?
Yeah, hey, Zach, what's up? I just wanted to mention a couple of things about the Negro League thing to look out for, because I was reading up on it. It's called the Negro National League, actually.
Negro National League is the proper title?
Yeah, either the or just Negro National League or the Negro National League. I think they added an American League later on, but I think originally it was called the Negro National League.
Okay.
And the guy who founded it, the day that they founded it was February 13th.
That's the 44th day of the year, so like African American 44, Mookie Betts 44, that type of thing. We just saw that.
Yeah, and the guy who founded it, his name is Rube Foster. R-U-B-E Foster. Rube Foster. Now, he's got a birthday of September 17th, just like Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
And he died on 12/9. I forgot what year, but he died on December 9th. And, actually his name equals 129 as well. But, yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I don't know if there's going to be anything...
Okay. I'm glad you brought this back up before we go. I just want to go through some things real quick that are standing out to me. So we know that the biggest 59... or the biggest Negro number is definitely 59. Negro, Rasta, Slave, Blues, 59. Black History Month ends on the 59th day of the year. Motown in 59. All this. So I'm looking at the teams that could be 5-9 going into Sunday, and that could theoretically become 5-9 on Sunday. If the Phillies split their game today and tomorrow, they'll be 5-9 going into Sunday at home. And let's see, if the Reds only win 1 out of their 3 against the Pirates, they will be 5-9 at home on Sunday. And let's see.
That's the type of stuff that I was hoping you would look at.
Yeah.
I thought the 12-9, the way he died, I thought teams do have a chance of going into Sunday 12-9 or becoming 12-9. But it would depend what happens tonight and tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Well, what's your point about 12-9?
Well, just because his name, the guy who founded it, his name is 129,
Oh.
and he died on 12-9.
Oh, hold on. What's the guy's name again?
Rube Foster, R-U-B-E Foster.
Foster's his last name?
Yeah, Foster's his last name.
All right, that's all. I'm sure I'll pull him up here. Foster Negro Leagues. I'm typing in Rube Foster. Okay, so 129. All right. So you're reading up on the articles and they're mentioning Rube Foster in it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it might be important to find that out. They may do a riddle regarding him or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just thought it was interesting. When it was founded, the 2/13 date. I thought that we could use all this to determine what might happen on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a good call on Rube Foster. So he's also got a 48 in his name, like Atlanta's 48. I'm just thinking Atlanta, predominantly black city. 60, we know what 60 is. That's the N-word as well. Okay, yeah. But okay, so the Braves, if they only win 1 out of their 3 games against the Marlins, they'll be 5-9 on Sunday, and Miami Marlins is 59 as well. So maybe the Braves are only going to win 1 out of 3 here and become 5-9 away on Sunday against the Miami Marlins on the day they remember the Negro Leagues. And let me see. The Royals, if they won 1 out of 3, they would be 5-9.
Now, the other thing about that, the Negro Museum, the Negro Baseball League Museum is in Kansas City.
Right. Yeah, we've been talking.
The other thing is, I saw a post by Barack Obama. He was wearing a White Sox hat, and he says, I tip my hat to whoever's doing this tribute, Major League Baseball or whatever. Oh no, he tipped his hat to the people, I guess, who organized this league.
Sure.
He was wearing a White Sox cap, which was interesting. He did that in June. I think it was a post he did in June.
Okay.
He says he tips his hat, and, there was the White Sox hat on.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, good information.
Yeah, I gotta just tell you about the 2 golfers for this tournament, right? January 19th. You know, the 119 tribute.
Okay.
He's now minus 5 under. Before he was. I don't know what he is now. But I just thought it was interesting because they compared. People want to know if he's related to Fleetwood Mac. And didn't the guy just die and his last name was Green? And when I think of Green, I think of golf. You know, I don't know if there's any connection there, but he's got the Jesuit numbers.
Okay. Yeah, I remember Fleetwood Mac did just die at age 73. That was maybe a month back or a few weeks.
Right, and the only black guy is Harold Varner. Now, Varner equals 84, 78, and 33, and the tournament ends on the 137th day of the year. And he's like 8 on. He's only like 2 shots away from the top, or 3, maybe 3 shots now away from the top spot. He's the only black guy in the tournament.
Okay, yeah. In light of how they're doing the Negro League tribute on Sunday, it is something to keep an eye on in golf. So.
All right, but all right, that's it. See ya.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Bye.
So I don't know if this Rube Foster thing's going to matter, honestly. It could. I'm just looking at 12-9 and where it could happen. The Yankees would have to lose 3 straight. I highly doubt that's going to happen. The Twins, if they got beat up by the Royals, which would surprise me. If the Indians win 2 in a row, which we expect, they'd go into that Sunday on 12-9. And the thing about Tigers is, you know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, pick a tiger, or you know that. But back in the day, the word wasn't tiger, it was the N-word. So that riddle could fit with the Indians, especially with what they've been doing in the NFL with the native teams and the black quarterbacks. So, I mean, these are things to think about, but I think the Negro is probably the word that matters more. I wasn't even thinking about 12-9, but Twins would have to lose 2 to the Royals for that to happen. I think the Royals have a 59 connection, so maybe that's... hold on. The Royals do have a 59 connection. Let me see what it is. Kansas City... Is it Kansas City Royals? Kansas City Royals is 59. So it is very, very probable that the Royals are 5-9 after Sunday. I was talking about... God, that kills me because I was liking the Royals to drop 3 straight, but let's see if the Yankees... Let's see if the Twins get the World Series tribute. Again, Yankees or Twins, one of them has to hit it, in my opinion, the 14 or 7. I'm hoping only one does, honestly. But... Imagine that's what happens. Imagine the Twins win today and tomorrow, and they're 14-7, so they hit our World Series number. The 15-7 thing. Oh, you know what? Shit, they could become 14-8 against Kansas City, couldn't they? Because Kansas City equals 148. And since remember, Patrick Mahomes just did when Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl, he gave Andy Reid his 222nd career win, 222, exactly 222 weeks after the Royals won the World Series, which was the big reason that we felt good about KC beating San Francisco, even though it didn't look so good in the 4th quarter before they came back. But anyway, if the Royals dropped the first 2, they'd be 4-9, and then they would become 5-9 on the day that they pay tribute to the Negro Leagues, and Patrick Mahomes just bought part of the Royals. And and again, Kansas City's one of the original Negro League teams, and he just had the museums there. So, God, wouldn't that make so much sense if the Royals lose today? God, you guys, you know what? That's exactly what we have to watch happen this weekend. If the Twins do become 14-7 and then lose to Kansas City, that's it. The Twins are in the World Series because we know this year is all about African Americans. So they're playing the most perfect team, the Royals, for this riddle. They're playing the most perfect team. And again, it's the 116th World Series. African Americans won 16. It's also 100. They're celebrating 100 years of the Negro Leagues. Keep in mind, 71 is the 20th prime. Here we are in 2020. If that's how this goes, if the Twins become 14-7, our World Series number, and then the Royals become 5-9 on the Negro League Day, it's perfect. That's got to be it. And the name Jack Robinson, which is Jackie Robinson's real name, if you use the rule with S, it's also 59. You see how it's 76 as well, because Negro is 76, 193, the 44th prime, 131, the 32nd prime. So, again, Jack Robinson, if you use the rule with S, becomes 59. So, and again, that's why I like the Dodgers so much, plus Mookie Betts, and I think the Mookie Betts riddle sealed it the other day for the Dodgers. I don't see how they don't make it. But that would be perfect. L.A., Minneapolis, George Floyd, Lakers, just all comes together too perfect. Twins are 7-1 right now. So, George Perry Floyd video came out on the 71-day numerology, May 26, 2020. And you know what? While we're at it, we're going to talk about it Sunday, but we're already doing a long show. Why not just throw one more thought out there? I just want to see how many days it is from the George Floyd thing to he was supposedly killed Memorial Day, but then the video came out the next day. August 14, 2020. It's 81 days later, which is the ritual number. It would also be a span of 82 days. This is what I'm watching for right here. This is the thing I'm most excited about. The Twins win today, tomorrow, and then they lose on Sunday to get them to 5-9 away. And again, it could go in different orders, right? But then it would screw up the World Series thing. And again, we're going to do the live stream Sunday, so we'll talk about it before then. But just so you remember what I'm expecting. They win 2, and then they drop it Sunday. And then they become 14-8 against Kansas City. That's what I want to see happen. I see that they subbed out their pitcher. That's not who they had in earlier. It wasn't Ian Kennedy. Who's this guy they just subbed in here? That's what I hate about baseball. They're always switching the pitchers around. That's why it's usually the overall record that matters most. Oh, he can get his 105th loss today. George 105. Oh, you know what? Today is the perfect day to get your 105th career loss because 105 is the 14th triangular number. If you had 1 through 14, it's 105. Twins, they got off to that hot start. They became 10-2 like we predicted, and then they went to 10-6. Black Lives Matter 106, Black 106, I Can't Breathe 106. Then they became 11-6 for the World Series. So, all right, Twins, let's see it. Two wins. And then a loss on Sunday, but we'll be back Sunday morning. Let me look at our start time Sunday so I can see what time I can start here. 10 a.m. Pacific. All right, so we got 10 a.m. in baseball, and then I don't think they've given us our basketball schedules yet. So Friday, there's apparently one game so far. I think more games will get put in here as they know their playoff matchups. We'll play it by ear on the Sunday start time. Once I see what time the basketball games start, well, anticipate either 8 a.m. Pacific or 9 a.m. Pacific for Sunday. Probably 9 a.m. 9 a.m. sounds better. 9 a.m. Pacific Sunday, which is noon Eastern. If you're an East Coast person, noon. And all right, I'll take one last call and then we're calling a day. All right, what's up, California? You're the last call.
All right, so I got one more thing with the Patriots and Buccaneers. So, this is about wrestling. This year's SummerSlam was supposed to be held in Boston. It's not going to for obvious reasons, but it was supposed to be held in Boston. The XFL team were the Tampa Bay Vipers, or the Tampa Vipers. SummerSlam, Randy Orton could win his 14th championship. They call him the Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. He could win his 14th World Championship at SummerSlam, and the Tampa Bay Vipers had a record of 1-4.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's another little connection there for the Buccaneers.
And just for new people, the WWE and the NFL get synced up all the time, so this is a good thing to look at. So, yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right, that's what I got.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, yeah, we're going to leave it there, you guys. Sunday morning, let's just say it right now, 9 a.m. Pacific. Unless they end up scheduling some really early game, then I'll start it at 8. But 9 a.m. Pacific, that's noon Eastern. Sunday live stream. Going to try to kill this Sunday Jesuit Negro League riddles because I just see a good day for us, so I don't want it to pass. And appreciate everybody. And exactly, yeah, Patrick Mahomes, now part owner of the Royals, exactly. So that's what I'm talking about. All right, you guys, we'll leave it there for now. I'll probably end up doing a normal live stream today on my news channel, so look out for that. But I'll see you guys Sunday morning. Good luck. Until next time.